All right, we will go ahead and start our meeting then. We will call the meeting to order at 6:36 PM. Let's see. Roll call. Terry Werner.
Here.
Matthew McCover.
Here.
Maury Domingo. Nah.
Domingo.
Joe Mirjol.
He's on here.
Mike McLeod.
I'll assume. He turned his camera on. Gotta be on, gotta go live.
Yeah, he has one president, like visual and audible, the entire meeting.
Yeah.
Not with him.
Mike, can you hear
Here.
us?
Here,
Your video needs to be on as well.
I thought it was on. It was
No,
on.
it's on.
Was, and then it got off.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Can you turn it on? Or he has to turn it on?
I can. Let me see.
I work.
No, I actually can't.
Okay.
Are you, there we go. Can you see me?
No, not yet. But now.
Mine always, if you slide it to the side.
Oh, mine was on earlier.
Don't turn
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
were, we
you
saw
were.
you.
Yeah.
I just don't know why it turned off.
Mm.
While you're working on that, Sam Houston Clinton,
Here.
excellent. So, let us say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mhm.
The Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the
Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, public comments. Do we have any public comments this evening?
I can get it.
We have one, Mary Beth Harper being number one.
All right, then.
We have two.
Yeah, but she goes first.
No, there was no difference. Okay, anyway, the December 18th meeting was called off. I had comments compared to that. The January 8th meeting was called off. I had comments prepared for that. So this is all comments from both. Just remember that y'all are elected to serve citizens in Martha. And the cancellations, policies, it affects other entities in Martha. For example, the library board is supposed to meet tonight. We often change our time. Okay, the fact should be simple. The tree lighting was very well attended, so lots of people inside the library, inside the store, and outside the street for the kids who they could see down. That we handed out 15 boxes of that were handed out to the children who visited the center. And it was from a donation from several children. This was not Blue Santa. Okay, this is strictly a donation from several children. The Martindale Gossip page said that was from Blue Santa. No. And also I want to thank the city, the police department, and also the fire department for that making it so successful. And also thank David Travel. There's some upcoming items. Springtime Day is scheduled for Saturday, April 11th, and the rain date is the following Saturday. They're also working to have an economic development bus tour, first time ever for the Martindale, I think it's Caldwell County. And this is, you get on the charter bus, you go around different places in Caldwell County that have job opportunities, developments taking place. And this is for real estate people, politicians, whoever. It's not being one job, whoever this person just do that. But we don't have the date set yet. Judge Hayden is 100% behind this. It's been done in several other places. Beta does this and it's very successful in Beta. So I thought maybe one of them. Also, we want to host the candidates forum prior to the city's May elections, just be, city council conference. July 4th is the 250th birthday of the nation, and we want to partner with the city to plan for a great big celebration of that. And, it is the city planning on having their July 4th for that, that's a question. Okay, also, we want to have classes to learn how to use, Chromebooks and tablets. And it's a learn to earn. You take the classes, and by the time we get through this, you get to take home the Chromebook for free. And the date is not been set on that either, since we've not had a meeting yet in January. Also, AARP tax aid, that starts February the 3rd, that's coming up real soon. Just call the library to register, 512-357-4492. Just get a time set. Volunteers will file your tax return for free on Tuesdays, and this lasts until April 14th. Our ongoing programs, we have Lego Club, and we have on Wednesday afternoons from 4:30 to 5:30. It's very popular. The group of kids come in, they do all kinds of very magical things. Next Thursday is story time from 11 to 12. Okay, Friday is creative conversations from 11 to 12. That's also very popular. And book club is the first Friday of the month, 2 to 3. And so what we have on.
Thank you.
And
Dan Bryant.
Daniel Brown, on West Ridge Road. Just wanted to share with the council what happened a couple of weeks ago. I had some friends come in from out of state. We moved here about 7 years ago after I retired. We placed our son. And some property he has up there. And when we came in, we were gonna come in town to eat. And we were driving in down 80. And as soon as you turn West Ridge Road, first thing you see is pile trash about this tall, probably here to the road, about here to that wall. Just piled up. Came in, took the road right here, coming into the restaurant. The yards and stuff just, trash thrown all over the place and things, and then down Main Street, which was nice, and then back down by the post office road there, again, all the houses. Things just, my friends from out of state get it really hard. They says, we live in the trashiest city I've ever seen. And that really, I mean, we go going every day, I guess we didn't notice it, but I started going by. I always noticed the one out on A. But I started looking and said, things could be picked up, but it's not, this isn't a good look for our town. When the main road coming in, making that little square there. And I know this, country community, but, maybe the city needs to put a little bit more pressure on. It takes a little bit to people, so that the first thing people don't see is trash land. And, I understand why these houses are old. A lot of the people, I'm old, it's hard for us to get things done, so maybe we need to call on our neighbors to help. Stuff like that, I don't think we're putting the right message out for the rest of the people who are coming in to visit. A lot of people come in to visit because we're and stuff like this. And, my friends are saying that when water, other people saying, I guess it's from saying it today. Oh, the only thing we're coming here for is a river. I know we won't control the that's it. I'm not talking about growth and anything, I'm just talking about privacy. I think we need to address that. And the reason I wanted to look at the map, because I know people's property off of 80 is not in the city part of it, but all the way to the fence lines and into it is. And that's where all this trash is just piled up. So, it's just not a good look.
Thank you.
That's it for public comments.
All right, then. So then we need to do a public hearing, first on certificate of appropriateness for the scenic corridor. This is and a sign permit application for the
Right.
scenic corridor.
So we can go down the line, go on the first one, open the floor, ask if anybody's here for that specific item, allow them to speak. There's no further comments, no public comments, nobody comes to the public. Close the floor, open the floor for the next item, and so on and so on.
All right, we'll do that then. Then I guess the first order of business is just looking at the certificate of appropriateness application for the scenic corridor. Ali is in traffic, so he is not here in person, but he's on the phone. Terry has him on the phone so that he can speak to this if people have questions. But does anyone have any comments to make?
You need a time that's opened. It needs to be opened
I
officially.
was thinking that. Thank you. All right, so we'll open the hearing at 6:47 PM. Do I need to hit? And does anyone have any public comment to make about that application?
I do.
Yes.
I have more of a question.
do
for
public
Joey.
comment.
Are you making a comment as a citizen or is this a discussion?
It's a discussion.
That
Do it
is
later.
later down, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
All right then, if there are no public comments about this item, then do I close it with a time too? Then we will close the
Floor.
floor, thank you, at 6:48 PM. And open the floor for the sign permit application for the scenic corridor at 6:48 PM. Does anyone have any public comment? So then we will close the floor at 6:48 PM. And for item 3, sign permit for the scenic corridor.
The one located top of the entrance of the liquor store in the middle of the building facing towards the gas station, specifically Texaco. Open the floor, 6:49.
So we will open the floor to comments at 6:49 PM. Any comments? All right, then we will close the floor at 6:49 PM. And 1.4, the sign permit application for the scenic corridor.
Specifically the 6 foot by 4 feet located in front of the restaurant main entrance over the curve under the roof.
And we will open the floor to comments at 6:49 PM. Does anyone have any public comments?
I do not have anyone either on my computer,
All right,
so we close it.
then we will close the comments. Close the floor.
The floor for public hearing, 6:50.
At 6:50 PM.
Right,
All right. Then now we can do discussion.
so somebody needs to motion it. Moving on to item 2.1.
So for 2.1, we need a motion to approve or deny the certificate of appropriateness for the scenic corridor. And then we can open it, once we get a motion and have it seconded, then we can move into discussion about it before we move to vote.
Can you show us the picture on the main screens of it?
We need a motion at first, and then we can start the
I'll
discussion.
make a motion to approve the certificate of appropriateness. Application for the scenic corridor. Do I need to do the address? 17033 San Marcos Highway, Martindale, Texas, 78655.
All right. There he is, the man of the hour.
So,
Wait, don't we need a second? We still need a second so that we can open discussion.
I'll second that.
All right, seconded by Sam Clinton. And now we can open discussion. Does anyone have any discussion about this application?
So is this gonna be a liquor store or is this a restaurant bar?
Is gonna be a restaurant and the liquor
Oh, yeah,
store.
Lucy.
Front is the restaurant and the back is the
Yeah.
liquor store.
So we have a special use permit requirement, I believe, in the city in order to have a,
Liquor store.
no, a bar,
Oh,
number one. And number two, we don't have anything on, there is a vote that was done back in 2010 regarding liquor stores in the city. Whether they're allowed or not.
And
I'm just telling you, I know there was a vote, I wasn't here. Whether it's approved, whether it's, I don't know if it's even allowed in the city. But I do know there was, and I looked on the website, I know it was passed in around 2010. And none of the, it's not on the website, so it's not a scanned item that is visible, but it did come up when Maury, when Maury was getting his permit for the bar, that what percentage of it had to be bar space versus restaurant space. I know there's some convoluted formula that they use for that, so I just caution before you go too far along that all these other boxes have to be checked as well, So I'm a little concerned about
We haven't.
bar
really
in
talked
particular,
about the commercial
because that does need a
development,
special use permit,
or
not that
at
it can
least
get it,
He's just
but I'm more
getting
concerned.
it going, but he's not establishing his
Any
business.
Bar, we're not having any bar.
Okay,
We're
You're
just
gonna-
gonna serve alcohol,
see my
but
email.
it's gonna be not in the bar, it's gonna be with the food on the table.
so you're not gonna do any hard liquor, you're just gonna do.
On the restaurant side?
Yeah.
No,
So you're
But
just,
this is,
Just the
but the
theater.
scenic corridor thing is only about the exterior and whether or not it matches the scenic corridor. The use is a separate issue. This is just to be able to
yeah,
renovate
no, no,
the
I get that,
outside.
I guess I'm being a little premature, I just wanna make sure that you're aware that there's some.
Yeah,
other steps in-
it's fine, but we're not
Yeah.
here to talk about what he's using it for per se tonight. But we can get to that topic because it is important, it's very relevant. But right now, this conversation has to just center on whether or not it looks like it is appropriate to the agricultural and historical view of Martindale. And that's as specific as it is, so we really can't get into what's happening inside the building during this particular hearing.
Okay, so then we're looking at around the tree where I saw that he is trying to protect the water valve there from
Yeah.
getting broken from the sign.
yeah, so like no one can run over it.
Do you know what the sign, do we know what the sign will look like?
There's a
if it's
picture.
constructed?
here's a picture in the packet.
Let's, right now,
It's up there.
mhm.
Yeah, let's see if we can scroll, because I see, and the dimensions, do you want to?
Sam, certificate of appropriateness, only the signs are approved
Separate
after.
issues.
Mhm.
We're gonna vote on the signs in a second.
Mhm.
Right now, it's just certificate of appropriateness.
Just the improvement.
And then we'll do each sign, we'll have a vote on each sign one at a time.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we're just trying to see if there's any conversation that's actually pertinent to the outside of the structure and whether or not it matches the scenic corridor.
But how can we vote if it's appropriate or not, if we can't see?
We have to go through them.
Yeah.
They have a lot of problems, yes,
There's a lot of.
There's actually a lot of detail
pictures.
here.
Did you see
what
the,
did we get on most?
No, all I see is the awning.
I'll show you.
Okay, no, I
Can
don't
you
see.
scroll down, Deanna,
I
and
mean,
find the rest of
unless
it
we
so
could
that
pull
he
it
can
up
see
so
it?
the public can see it.
He is pulling it up right now.
Thank you.
Hold on.
So, if I may, he's adding these bricks around this tree, kind of just landscaping it, also for safety. And then this one, he's, extending the patio, by these lines that you're seeing here. This is essentially his drawing. This is not there right now, but the thing is, it's an existing roof already. He's just extending it with the same material that it currently exists, just extending it. Then moving on to the next one, he's adding this new portion of concrete just so it can be ADA accessible to enter this gate right here. And then this is already existing. He is just redoing it because it is all sorts of cracked.
That's the
So,
front going in, the existing sidewalk, is that going to the front door?
Correct.
And you're making it,
uh-huh,
extending it in the front of the building, going towards.
just this little section.
So it's easy access.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
because before you used to have to go through the
Yeah,
building.
inside the building, and then you have to go in the patio side, but like,
no,
the,
go ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead.
so from inside going
Hmm.
in, for if any, person with the wheelchair and stuff comes, then it's very hard to, require to.
Oh, they just
So,
go straight
so
into
you
the
can
patio.
go there, straight in the patio, and, they stay there, and any family members can play from the inside.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold up, let me share screen super quick.
You did a good job, so it's well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for these, so many pictures out.
Yeah, like I try to do whatever special job I can do, you know, I'm sorry about that, but like,
But you
I
explained
think
it.
it helps me see it. I can see it perfectly fine.
Okay, so
I have individual everything also. This is actually already a wood blocks are already there.
Yeah.
We just removing those ones because they're already like.
Rotting now.
Is right.
I'm doing it for
We
sure.
all have a few of those somewhere in my yard.
Oh, you mean where the current sign is?
No,
No,
not
it's not never around the tree.
by the tree, around the water wall.
And then
The railroad transfer.
The
moving
railroad ties are gone.
to the next one. He's pouring this, concrete on here. He is currently compliant with his impervious cover limits. So he will submit, plans for this, concrete pour, get it permitted, etc. And then as he's mentioning here, he's essentially, re, I guess repairing.
Repairing, doing this stuff, so
Uh-huh.
it's like, it's relatively okay.
Yeah, it's really going to remain almost very similar, just new materials on that kitchen, so it can be, sanitary to use. But same materials. Over here, it's that same side. Usually it already exists. He's pouring is the same concrete that was shown earlier. And then he will add the yellow lighting strips, which he will demonstrate in a little bit. And he is aware of the light limit because of the dark sky compliant. He is aware of that. And which I think I put it here. Yeah, 20,000 lumens per acre. So we're not, he's aware of that and he's not worried about that. He says he will follow these rules. And then,
And as well on the lights that they'll be shielded downwards, not just the luminescence of it, but isn't there something where it has to be shielding downward? So it's not going up into the sky, the fixture?
Oh, no, there's no, like you know, like some kind of like floodlights, right?
Uh-huh.
No, it won't be there, no floodlights. It will be, if any light's gonna be, it will be under the SOFIX. It's gonna be around the building, that's about it, and this is gonna be all string lights.
Oh, the string lights.
Yeah,
with
like
the
a
little
very,
light bulbs.
yeah.
Okay, we got that
That's-
here.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not gonna be much.
Oh, that's Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have more.
And then, this is an existing fence already. All he's gonna add is the poles to it for the string lights that will go across as such. And he's adding this,
turf.
green landscaping, turf, on it. And staying will be covered. Extension from the fence will be 49 feet to building. So yeah, it's an existing fence line. he will bring,
It was a really pretty day, we took the picture.
Yeah.
so it's it's an existing fence line. As in this part, the back and the front and the side, my bad. But the front, he's planning on moving it forward. The to the building, extending it right here and putting turf, green turf on it
You do this,
as well.
right, that. If you do that, see the circle right next to the pages,
Shift it this way.
it'll shift
This
it,
one.
yeah. Now do it again and again. There you go.
Awesome. Oh my, yeah, mine too. Yeah, that's what he's doing. We will make sure that when moving it forward, that he is respecting his setbacks. But, you know, the permit, the building official will make sure that the setbacks are, regulated when his permit, inspections are pretty much ordered, for them to be checked. And then this is just showing, I believe, Ali, if you can remind me, you were redoing.
Railings that, we put up, we're gonna put it on the back,
This one's-
the railings, that's it.
Yeah,
That's about it on this side.
awesome. And then,
The concrete, we're gonna put it from
yeah.
wall to the outside,
Mhm.
14 feet.
mhm. And yeah, all
the way
this,
sprint, so people can walk easily on that, you know, like how the, can say sidewalk kind of thing. Out of the, parking,
It was like decomposed granite before.
yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna leave the rest of like that, but just we're gonna do this.
mhm. And yeah, so all this, once again, he will be complying with impervious cover more than enough. His property is really good. Yeah, lots of acres. Uh-huh.
How many acres?
It's 3.4.
Yeah.
And it's mixed use there.
Yeah, it's like, we have, I have no idea about it, but I called the county.
Is it
they
the
say it's fine.
How many is that?
I believe it is.
Is it
No,
mixed
it's
use?
in Florida.
Oh, it's a commercial.
It's all commercial.
It's C1.
C1.
It's zone C1.
Thank you.
C1.
And what's the impervious on C1?
50%, I believe.
Last time we checked it, it was like how much we can build on it.
Yeah.
It's a 70-30,
Oh, that's right.
70.
Our,
70 and 30.
our ordinances are still, they have 70-30 in one place and then they have 50 in another place because I guess the council at the time went back, they passed one thing and then they went back and changed it and amended the ordinance and it did not get cleanly amended. So depending on what part of our ordinances you're looking at, you'll see two different ones. So, yeah, it says 70 in one place and 50 in another.
So we have to go by what it was in the past because we didn't add it to what we changed it to.
We changed it in two different places. So in one place, it's legitimately reading that, and the other one is like a typo that didn't get fixed.
Yeah.
But it passed, we passed the modified ordinance, so it's,
It was 70, but we reduced it to 50.
I don't know which way it went.
Okay. But you're nowhere close on that
Right.
amount of acreage.
Regardless.
Okay.
And then he's,
We need to clean that up,
He's-
so, the 50.
No.
No?
No, it's just not on the website.
and so new rails on, let's do that again. Yeah, new rails replacing existing rails. So there's already rails. He's just repairing again, and yeah. That's it on that one. And yeah, that's for the certificate of appropriateness, so.
Did you have a chance to pull up the sign?
The sign is next. This is just,
Oh, this is all
this is
appropriate.
just the exterior of the building. Yeah, that's all. So, do we have any further discussion, comments, considerations by anyone?
Um, So, can you just talk briefly about, ADA accessibility? Where are your wheelchair ramps incorporated into this new concrete?
So like, the ramps were already there. We just, we did the ramp and everything, but we gotta stop because I didn't know that still we need to go through the, scenic corridor meeting and stuff like that. So there I made a mistake, but like, the ramp was, everything is, and they already made it, but we have to add the rails and stuff like that. The railings that you see over here is the same thing. It's just nothing different.
But you
Just
poured
it
the
was-
concrete, because
yeah,
the concrete
we-
was cracked.
Yeah, well, the wood was totally rotten. You can, if some heavy man comes in, he might gonna sink in, right? It was very bad.
I thought they showed a picture of that.
Of the ramp?
Yeah, well, it said ADA compliant, and it showed the concrete, and then it showed the rail where you go up, and he explained how you get wheelchairs in there.
The one on the event center
The one
side?
you do the pathway from all the way, the tank to the, all the way straight to the, restaurant, that whole thing is a walkway. And, from there, the person can get into the event center that you call it, but I call it a liquor store thing. So there's an entrance for the liquor store separate, and then there's a restaurant in the front, entrance is separate for the ramp,
Right.
for the accessibility.
And I thought you said something about if they wanted to get on the patio.
Yeah, so that's already explained in
Mhm.
that, when they go a little bit further out, further, under, out from the shade. So there's a, like, already concrete there, part of it, and there's a other concrete we're gonna make it,
Mhm.
and to the patio side, so people can wheelchair or, have a disabilities, they can use just walk away from there, they don't have to step on anything,
Okay.
yeah.
And then, so going into the front door, there's no, do I see a step at the front?
Yeah,
door?
it's all there in the front. I think, we'll be able to see if there's a picture we can go back.
I'm just curious, yeah, so the wheelchair going in through the front door.
Through the ramps and the inside the restaurant. And if someone used the steps, so, I wish I would have the other picture, but I guess I don't have it.
I
But
saw
it's-
one in
it's
the
right-
front, the
Which
sign in the front, I think
Yeah.
I can see a little step there.
Yeah, is that's the one is a step, that's the only two steps there.
Mhm.
So they don't go in that entrance if they have a wheelchair, they go into the
No,
other one.
they go in the proper
Right.
parking lot and
Right.
then they go through the, ramp.
Right,
Because that's not a proper parking lot, that's where we're gonna use it for as a, like a takeout and stuff like that, that's about it.
And you have a wheelchair accessible parking space?
Yeah, it's already there,
Concrete.
no, it's gonna be gravel thing.
blacktop, or just,
So like, we try to do the, what you call it, asphalt, but it's all depend upon what is, good for the, like people's who can, like, it's easy to accelerate. I'm just there trying to make sure that, like, nothing is in the way. If we do the concrete, right, partial, and then have a like, asphalt on it, then it's depend on contractor what they says, I don't mind to have it asphalt, but it's all depend on the contractor how they do it, because right now we haven't planned for anything. It is just only, if we do it, you do replace the whole parking lot with the asphalt, then it's gonna be a bigger project, so I have to hire someone else.
No, I don't think you have to do the whole parking lot in asphalt. I was just thinking of a double wide ADA compliant parking space, because that's generally what I thought
Well,
you have to have.
We can work it out on that one, doesn't matter,
Okay.
it's not a problem.
You'll
If,
figure that out later.
Yeah, if we have to pour the concrete on that particular area for the, wheelchairs or any kind of like, disability people, they have no problem. Yeah,
A van or.
yeah, something,
Okay.
it's not a problem.
Okay, thank you. That's about all I can think of. Anyone else?
All right, are we ready to vote then? So then, the motion do I need to read the motion again, or do you remember that we're,
No, I
Carrie
remember
voted that it passed?
To approve.
yeah, to approve it? So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We need to vote one by one.
So that passes unanimously.
Okay. Awesome. So item 2.2.
So item 2.2 now, we need a motion to approve or deny the sign permit application for the scenic corridor. And this is an 8 by 4 foot sign that would be in the front of the property facing Highway 80 east and west side of traffic. So, do you have a picture of that one you could pull
Yeah.
up so Sam can see it?
Yeah.
Well, so everyone can see it, but Sam asked about it. I didn't mean it, like, only Sam can see it. We'll shelter everyone. I'll grab Terry's eyes so that she can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
It's just instead of wood, we can use it like,
Why does it have an X through it?
so that's for the top one, so there's a one more picture for the bottom one.
Right, like it's excluding, this motion is excluding this sign.
Gotcha, okay.
So we're just moving forward
It's a
with
separate one.
this one,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the only one we're voting on right now.
correct.
We're voting on the one on the highway right now?
Yeah, the one on the front of the building.
Can you tell us about it? Is how it's illuminated or?
So
not
it's
neon?
gonna, you know how at my current locations, if you see the Hunt Brothers Pizza sign on it, at the black, white background with the words on it. So it's like a painted word, you know, so that's what we're gonna have it here. We can do the other ones too, with just on the alphabets on it, but I wouldn't be able to fix those things if something goes wrong, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the other one is gonna be pretty easy, so it will be a white background board, and we're gonna put it on that top of it, and it's gonna illuminate from inside. With the lights on.
Yes, sir.
And so, 2.2 is not that sign.
Yeah, it's the one on the street.
Yeah, it's one on the street, y'all are looking at the one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So we need,
It's actually down further.
One below.
Yeah, one more down, one picture down. One more. It's always gonna be one more. There it is.
That's the one.
that's the one that was crossed out. Oh, can you flip it now to be forward? She's gonna get up and walk out.
There you
Okay, here we go. Now we're back on track. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
See, now you can see what the story is and where it's facing.
Oh, yeah, you can see their faces, Texaco.
Mhm.
Nice one. Okay, then you want to tell us about how this one is
The
like?
same way is, whatever you see is gonna be particular, is gonna be just like that. Maybe the logos might be changed, or maybe no
Mhm.
logos, but the wordings and everything gonna be stay same. And it's all, illuminated from inside, it's gonna be a white background on the both sides, so it's pretty. Because we try to match with the building, the white and black, and this is what we're trying to do it, you know?
So you're saying it may
Yeah.
not have
So-
the liquor bottle, it may not have.
It might not have a
pepper,
chili and the,
Yeah.
yeah, that thing might not have it,
But it'll be the words.
yeah, it will be only the words, and if it's something that we can put the logos on it. And sign people, manufacturer can make the sign like that, we don't have no problem with that too.
Yana has a cricket.
So we made a motion
Yeah, Terry made a motion already.
I don't think for this one.
Oh, because we had the wrong one.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion to approve, let's see. 2.2. The sign permit application for scenic corridor 17033 San Marcos Highway, Martindale, Texas 78655. Sign is 8 foot by 4 foot. Will be located in front of the property facing Highway 80 east and west side of traffic. Holy moly.
Second,
I'll second and say so.
thank you. So now, any continued conversation? Now that we're caught up?
Well, I mean, it's gonna get us something to get used to because we have seen the other sign there for so long that wasn't illuminated. And it did sort of blend in with the building itself, the sort of farm structure, the other buildings that exist around there. And so I think when I see that, I see such a total, it's colorful and all that, but to me, it's sort of glaring and sort of stands out as a real doesn't blend in with the building as what I remember it. I mean, you have kept the building looking great. You replaced the windows, you did the trim, and it still maintains that character, but when I see that sign, and plus I think it's a little confusing because you have the liquor and more first instead of the restaurant first, and so how are people not gonna get confused about where the liquor store is and where the restaurant is if they look at that?
That's the exactly thoughts I have it in my mind when I was creating these pictures, right? So this is the sign that's that tells that, hey, this is for the property. This is in front of it, like any
No, 'cause we already have all the
like
stuff.
property you go, they have a different like businesses, multi businesses on it. So this is kind of same thing. It's gonna do the same thing. But the one you saw it on the building, that will tell that this is the Fiesta Fusion restaurant,
Yeah.
and the other one will be on the other side, it will be saying the Fiesta.
Oh, the third
Yeah.
sign we're gonna look
Yeah.
at is the
Yeah.
liquor sign
So,
on the sign.
Yeah, yes, sir. So
Yeah.
it will be right there by the entrance of each
Mhm.
business.
So you're not completely married to that sign, you're just trying to show us an example of how, that you're,
This is, we're gonna have it this sign right here, so it will tell this property have these two businesses.
that part.
on it, yeah.
but I mean, it's not, is it gonna look exactly like you just
It's
said?
gonna exactly look like that. We're not gonna change it. If we have to change by the color wise and stuff like
Right.
that, we will do it.
So
It's
you
just,
could make the letters
what-
black, so you could make the
Yeah,
letters black.
Or
if
you
we,
could use like an old fashioned looking type, and then maybe
Right.
it would feel for
More
Sam
concrete.
like it's more old fashioned, like
So-
the building.
are we still talking about it will glow from inside, or we have to put the shade the light on it?
Oh, right, good point. That's a
Yeah,
very good
So
point.
this is the problem,
Yeah.
is, so if I leave the lights on the ground, I don't know how old those lights are, and if someone get electrocuted or something, then it's gonna be.
That would be bad. And, but also,
You
Also
you
the
understand
dark
that we
sky.
have to work
Yeah.
on, this is a very old, over almost 100 years old building.
Mm.
And we still have to figure out, there's some, like the lines are not in use because you know how it was, used before this building. So we have to watch what we're cutting off and everything, something like that.
and it would also be harder because then
It
it's
is
harder to
very-
do the downward face, it covered whatever the downward lighting is. That I don't know the right verbiage for, but from the dark
Dome
sky
or something?
compliance, yeah. That if you're trying to use a floodlight up, it would be harder for him to make, you know what I'm saying?
But the lights are inside the
It will
box.
be
of
inside the
sign.
box, yeah, it will be inside the box. It will
Yeah,
be
they're
very
indirect
concentrated.
light.
Yeah. It will be-
Dwayne?
So what he's saying is it looks like the Hunt Pizza sign that's at the store,
Mhm.
that it's not bright, but you
If
can
you-
see it when
And the
it's dark.
Texaco sign is like that too.
Yeah, it's not bright, but you can see it when it's dark. And what
Glow.
he's saying is, he
Glow.
can, the electricity that goes on inside of that sign, somehow you know how to fix if something goes wrong.
Yeah, so it's gonna be regular like tube lights, things,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like a LED light, so
Mhm.
we can just take it out and put it in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just something that about the font, about the lettering, and she did mention maybe if it was darker or a different font, but sometimes you do see it where something modern might be in the front of a historic building. I mean, a lot of times you have something that might be modern
You
and
can-
separated from the historic building, so
If
it's
you,
a, so-
if you
yeah,
want me to just make it all black, no problem with that too. It's not a big deal, because my goal to keep the white background
yeah.
is just because of the sidings we did it is white. And if we go with the black fonts, no problem, because that's gonna be a roof color on the black.
Yeah, because the black font would sort of match the railing.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And it would match the roof, because I think you've made the roof black from what I could tell.
Yes, yes.
And so personally, to me, I think that the black font would sort of blend in better with the whole building than that sort of, because when I see that, it almost looks like a grocery store sign or something. I mean, does anyone else have any?
No, I agree with that. I agree it does look, Fiesta, so it, normally Fiesta implies bright colors and a party and, so I think it would be okay to make the word Fiesta just all black, and then even if you wanted to put like the liquor bottle and the chili pepper, or whatever kind of pepper that is, in color, then, but have the name on there just in black font and maybe a little bit more, I don't know,
Shouldn't be
old
a,
style or
he
something.
owns the
I
property.
don't
Shouldn't he be able to
And
do
whatever
that?
the city,
How he
the
wants to.
members,
I don't really, I don't
have
know.
a question and I can change on it, I have no problem.
This is.
It
It's
can
not-
still be the same kind of
And
sign.
because it's not made yet, whatever
Right, you
you
can't
guys
push
approve it,
Mm.
that's what we're gonna send the order.
Yeah, I like her suggestion of making the Fiesta part black, but then maybe keeping the color of the pepper.
Okay.
Because if you have some color there, your eye would still be drawn to it,
Okay.
you know. Matthew?
Mind you, this
No,
is his
okay.
business.
But we made a motion, did we, in a second, right?
Okay, but how are you shielding it on the top from the rain coming into the top of the sign if the electrical?
So they make the box, the aluminum box,
Yeah, it doesn't have an opening.
and
No,
the
it's
plastic, yeah, the plastic goes in like in back and front, and the in middle structure, it'll be like, I think, 6 inch wide. And 4 by 8,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, so that's all I got. Mike, is Mike there? Mike?
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
You got any comments, Mike?
No comments.
All right. Oh, your camera just went off.
Your camera's up. There it is. Welcome back.
I think I have a all black hair and everything, now it's.
Yeah, now it's a little different.
Alright.
Yeah.
So do we, are we ready to vote on this sign?
I am.
All right then, let's call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
Sam?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we said it.
That's all then. And I heard Mike, so, yeah, we're all good then. 100%. So now we do the next one, which was a different sign,
Yeah, let's go to that one.
and that is, dun, dun,
Two
dun,
point three.
a 6x4 sign located on the top of the entrance of the liquor store in the middle of the building, facing towards the gas station.
Okay, so it's
So-
gonna be,
Dun, 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 dun.
gonna be this one.
There you go. Ta-da.
See, that one looks less,
Looks what?
looks less color, like it's not as,
No, like, but I couldn't find the same background every single time, so
Mm.
it's gonna look same as it is, you saw the other one, it's just whatever is saying that we are stuck, and then underneath of it says 2 businesses, it's gonna be only one, it's gonna be look like same thing, white background with the, if member says black fonts, no problem, black fonts.
so that's the one for the liquor store.
This is for,
Okay.
this,
And it says liquor and more?
Yes.
What's the more part?
it's like, you know, they have wines and stuff like that, so you know, like wines. spirits,
And more. But right now, it's not even what he may not even do that. Like the issue of what's happening inside is gonna be separate.
Okay,
That's the specific use permit.
okay. I'm fine with that for now, yes.
Okay, does anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the sign permit application for scenic corridor 17033 San Marcos Highway. The sign, 6 foot by 4 foot, will be located at the top of the entrance of the liquor store in the middle of the building facing towards the gas station.
Well, second,
All right, conversation about the sign.
I think all the same stuff applies to what we said about the other sign.
Yeah.
As long as it blends and looks,
consistency,
yeah.
Yeah, it's,
you're gonna want anyway, so. You're gonna want that anyway, so.
Yeah, so this is what we're talking about, the entrance one, so that's the way it says on the top.
While we're all together, can we be specific if any changes need to be made so the citizen doesn't come back to us asking for what are the conditions that it got approved under? Is it just,
There
This
hasn't
is
been
good?
any
This
motion.
is good, or does the Fiesta have to be in?
That have
Right.
any adaptations. Mhm.
right, that's why I'm saying, cause I'm hearing conditions of colors and that was not made in the first motion.
You can recommend them or
Yeah.
suggest them, but you
Yeah,
haven't.
I'm not
yeah.
having any,
Awesome,
whatever.
okay, I
Yeah,
just,
it's a recommendation, I mean, if he
Mhm.
finds, yeah, I just said that because it makes it more congruent
Okay.
with the structure itself, if it was black.
yeah,
Okay,
just
wanted to
making it clear.
clarify.
Mm-hmm. All right, all right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Mhm,
Anybody's,
mhm.
okay, awesome. Are we ready to vote? All in favor?
I
I,
Okay, say,
No, I have to tell
go
them.
for it, go for it.
Thank you.
Sorry, go for it.
I
I got
don't
cur-
know, I don't know who.
I got carried away.
I know.
Give me the gavel.
You know. So, let's go ahead and vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yay, and all opposed? All right, we're 100% on that one.
Awesome, okay. You can do this one.
Oh, all right. So the next sign is,
Hold up, it's so tiny.
I know, the next sign is
2.4.
2.4, application for scenic corridor 17033 San Marcos Highway. It's a 6-foot by 4-foot sign located in front of the restaurant of the main entrance, over the curb and under the roof. That's the one we were
Mhm.
wrong about, like
The
that's the one
huge
we
one.
showed before. Yeah, yeah, you got it.
There we go. Disregard this. Mhm.
So do we need to say anything in the motion about the font or the color, or you said no, Matthew?
We didn't make it a requirement in the first one,
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so.
cause I think,
You
well,
made a recommendation,
okay,
not make it a requirement, is how
mhm.
it was left.
okay, and I'm fine with that, are y'all fine with that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright,
I mean,
okay, so I'll make a motion, to approve the sign permit application for scenic corridor 17033 San Marcos Highway, Martindale, Texas. So the sign is a 6-foot by 4-foot, it will be located in front of the restaurant main entrance, over the curb, under the roof.
Mhm.
All right, and so do we have, oh, wait, do we have a second?
I have a second, I'll second.
All right, and now, do we have any conversation?
May I ask a question? For Ms. Garza's thing about the public, if it's not, permitted for a bar, why would bar be on the sign?
Because we haven't gotten to that yet. He would have to come back and talk about what's happening inside. Right now, we're just
This
doing.
only, I couldn't find the other font, so we just put it.
That was an
There's
example.
a AI.
That's just what he
Yeah, it's
wanted.
a AI created.
It hasn't been discussed whether he can do what he wants inside yet. Right now, it's just, can he build it to look a certain way in the scenic corridor? And then he has to come back and talk about what the actual business will be after that. Yes, sir.
I have a question about the sign. So is it gonna be the same white plastic
Yes, white.
instead of individual lettering on?
No, no individual lettering, just only one white plastic background with the letters on it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Individual
right.
churches.
Yeah, and, well, I couldn't change it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, I mean, it's hard to tell, but is it one big sign like?
It's
the-
gonna be one big sign,
Well,
yeah.
like the.
Just
metal
like the
6-inch?
Fiesta liquor you saw it, just like that, one big sign. No.
No,
all right,
All-
well,
okay,
Awesome.
that's all I have.
Go for it, Mayor.
All right, then, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Perfect. And it passes.
Awesome.
So we're done with
Woo.
that one, right? So now we have to do
Reports.
reports. Yay.
Mayor.
So, oh, we only need one of the cups, right? Okay, so the very first thing is, we wanted to do volunteer appreciations for, the ongoing building makeover. All of the labor has been volunteer so far, and, we've had a lot of people who've been able to give up their time, so we really appreciate it. And, we're giving this little, look at, aren't those the cutest little cups ever? They're Lowe's.
They're like
'Cause it's
5 gallon buckets.
DIY, just like a paint bucket, only it's not. It's got something much more delicious inside. But the first one goes to Terry because she came and painted all day. And we appreciated that. She came on a Saturday. Yes, thank you. She deserves it.
Because, okay, they probably had to go over it again, but anyway.
We are planning to also give one to my mom, but she happens to be with my sister and my niece in Hawaii right now, and they didn't invite me. So we have to hold hers. Then we're also planning to give one to Deanna Martinez, who is our second Deanna in the office, and to Donna, because they both have done everything from picking up and moving desks to being super flexible when we changed where they were going to be sitting like for the 50th time. And they've been in and out helping move and pick up and change things. So hats off to them because they do it all at the last minute with a smile. And then we also had one for, wait, I'm missing someone.
No, Susan.
Susan. We also had, thank you. We also had one for Susan because when I brought these tables down from Austin, all of a sudden I just called her for the moment and was like, please, there's no one around. I need help. I can't unload them. And she came right then and dropped everything. And she had a trial the next day. So I really hope that turned out okay. But we also, then the last piece of it is our amazing police officers, because they actually helped us tear out the cubicle walls. Deanna and I, we went all muscle on it, and then they had to like get them out of the building. And we also had to disassemble the front desk where the utility clerks sit, because it was like basically built in place. And then they carried all of the millions of pieces of wood out to the thing to get rid of them. And Sam was our other council member who was instrumental in coming down to move filing cabinets that were full. And he actually found somehow people that would come and like reuse those sections of wall. I don't know what they used them for. I don't mind. I mean, whatever they wanted to use them for. But we didn't have to wait for them to come and dump out all of this stuff into the dumpster. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And we will keep working until we get it done. Oh yes, Sam does need one. Hold on, Sam, we're getting you a little cup. You can bring Terry her gluten-free
Yeah, there you go.
crackers.
Oh,
So thank y'all very much.
yeah, you wouldn't.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Walking,
Uh-huh.
and all the faces are smiling and doing well. It's a big transformation that brings.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, they kind of decided they like being able to see each other. And I also noticed the sun is like the whole place is just brighter because, there's less stuff kind of cutting up the sun. Yeah. No, I thank you. I appreciate that. The next deal.
Let me just say one last thing though, but I appreciate all of you going through all of those filing cabinets and all the papers that all of you went through as well.
That's a lot.
Because you had 15 drawers of stuff and you assembled it, you figured it out and worked on all that old.
Still working on it, but thank you. Thank you. We are making progress with that too.
Thank
The Dia de los Muertos, we still have a few little items that are here that people have not picked up to bring home. If you left a personal item of a loved one on the table out front, we have it. Our utility clerks have been taking very good care of it. So if you haven't picked it up yet, please do. Then mail delivery in downtown Martindale. I have been crazy busy this week, but I have the little thing. It's gonna go out on, I'll post it either after the meeting or first thing tomorrow on all of our social media stuff, and on the website. But if you live, this is only relevant to people who live in the downtown area, part of town. If you do not have mail delivery to your house, and you have, as a result of that, had any trouble with receiving your mail, there is a congressional inquiry going on at the federal level right now, to figure out why there's only 4.5 streets of our 8 downtown streets that do not receive mail delivery. So we have residents who have had things happen, like someone's driver's license was returned because it was addressed to their street address. And so she wouldn't put it in the box because it didn't say PO box. Right now, this situation has gotten dramatically worse over the last 2 years because what had happened is people started doing a lot more online shopping. And when you online, a lot of times they won't accept a PO box, or you don't know whether the delivery will be coming to your house because it's Amazon or UPS or FedEx versus if the shipper will send it by USPS. And I know personally, I have tried to even call the companies. I don't recommend it, but I have tried to even call them and ask them, like, I don't know which address you want. Do I put this one or do I put that one? And most of the time they won't let you put both, but they will tell you straight up, we don't know. It's whoever, when it gets onto that leg of your journey, we use whoever's cheapest. So it could go any one of them. We use all of those services. So there have been people that have had like Social Security checks returned. They've had people that have medication that was mailed to them that got returned to sender, and then they don't have their medicine until, you know, all of that gets sorted out. So if you have had any sad sack stories like those happen to you, please go on to Representative Clouds. He's our representative in the federal legislature. Go onto his website. I have the screenshots I'll post on social media so that you can like walk through it. And you just, when you first land on his website, it'll give you options. You say you want to file a complaint about an agency, and then it'll ask you what agency, and you say the post office. Eventually, you get to the point where it says what happened, and you just need to tell him. He said they are trying to assemble each and every resident's story if you have one. So if you don't worry about it. But if you do, I've had several residents come to me and say, what can I do about this? And I said, well, I'll figure this out. Hold on. So this is what you do about it. So if you have a particular situation and you want them to know this happened and that this is why it's a bigger deal than just like, oh, I have to go to the post office around the corner. It's because it's actually interfering with people's important business. Then please go on to the website, Representative Cloud's website. I'll put it out on social media. I'll put it out on the website for our city website and file a complaint about it so that they can say, look, it's affecting this many people in these different ways. Thank you very much. And they did say time is of the essence because they move quickly. I'm like, no one in Washington moves quickly, but apparently these guys do. So they said, hurry up and get her done if you have one that you want them to consider. Okay, done. Next, the third planning and mitigation meeting for Martindale flooding and planning and mitigation meetings. January 21st at 6:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. We are going to go over the draft items that have that were drafted during the last Caldwell County Emergency Management Flood blah 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 blah. And this time in this particular meeting that was for the county, they divided us up. Before we were all in the same meeting. This time, like the fire department and was it the water people? Martindale Water, they were in one section and we were in a different section and just with ourselves. So it was just Martindale, but they get to write their own goals and then we have our own goals and so blah, blah, blah.
That's
So-
a Wednesday?
Yes, the 21st. So, if you want to come and have input on those, so we can change them or add to them or anything that we want to do as a city. If there are areas that you feel are important that we haven't discussed, someone the other day was talking to me about the, Martindale diversion. And that needs its own goal because that's the area down by Southeast River Road that got to be such a horrible flooding catastrophe. So please come. The other thing we're doing is we are still trying to gather people who are interested in being a volunteer to either help with identifying mitigation activities that need to happen. I know everybody in town is well aware that we have to do something urgent and significant about the erosion issue at all of our public access points to the river. But there are many other things that people notice or that they would be willing to just like drive around and check out, like culverts that need all of the leaves and branches and things cleaned out of them so that when we do have flooding, the water can move through the way that it's supposed to. So if we have people that are interested in helping us identify those tasks, that would be great. The other thing is, if you actually want to volunteer to assist during an emergency, we're going to be doing a training program for CERT training, and that's in Caldwell County, or you can do it online. So if you're interested in actually helping, like, for example, if we are to evacuate, then Tommy has charge of our local evacuation plan, but we would still need people on the ground to like help check people in and make sure we've heard of from everybody that needed to be evacuated. I don't know, all of that kind of immediate service. So if you're interested, please come to the meeting. Lots to do there. Next, I'm done. And the interim city administrator, Greg Hutson, is going to make some remarks.
So the mayor and I went this past Tuesday to the Hayes, Caldwell Economic Development Partnership. I wouldn't call it a meet and greet, but we got to meet the staff and the president of that organization. And I left there highly impressed with them. Their focus is regional, not one specific city. And some of the cities that are part of that organization, we're not. But you've got like Mustang Ridge, is it Uland?
Uland.
Uland.
Been in the news a lot.
It's like,
Been in the news a lot. They're struggling.
you know, Wimberley, Dripping Springs, I mean, I was highly impressed with that organization. And the fact that their focus is regional. You know, we talked about regional, the state is interested in regional, the wastewater treatment plant, regional focus. And so, one of the things is, we've got to figure out how we can bring more revenue in and not have the burden being property tax. And you do that through the sales tax. And so we've got a challenge, but it's kind of like Mike had said, either we prepare for it. He said, it's not a question of if it's going to happen, it's when, and will we be prepared for it, and how can we have a better control of that situation instead of people just coming in here without partnering with us or anything like that. So one of the things that I'm very interested in is how do we grow our sales tax here, and we need to get in place and get in position to do that. You know, some cities, Arlington, I used to work at the city of Arlington, and a third of all their revenue came in through sales tax, third. And so we need to figure out how we're going to make that happen here. So, but they're a very good resource, very much a ton of information. They got all the analysis and everything. At some point in the future, we'll bring to the council, maybe being able to be a member of that organization and take advantage of the resources they have to offer for Martindale. And that was my big deal for this week.
Can you tell me again what the organization is? I missed that.
The Hayes Caldwell Economic Development Partnership.
Thank you.
Hoppy Hayden contributes like 100 grand every year to that organization to help offset the costs for all of the cities or communities that want to participate in it. It's like a sliding fee scale. They have a great website, by the way. Anyone else? Questions, comments? Thoughts?
Greg, do you just have a general overview of what you've experienced or what you can tell us briefly about since you've been here or what you found?
I'll be honest, I had this discussion with, you today, and, I can't tell you anything. I just don't have a feel yet. I mean, it's a great small community. One of the things we talked about having events here when we were at that meeting Tuesday. And I still can't get away from, it'd be great to have like a Western day or days for a week here in Martindale, because I'm from Dallas Fort Worth. And when I came here, I still can't get away. This is the closest town I've been in where it felt like I was, and it's a good thing, the Old West. And so if that's the case, why don't we take advantage of that with some kind of event that could be 1 day, 2, 3 days or whatever. The whole deal, bringing more people here into the community and in this area to help grow the sales tax and help grow the community and such as that. And we want to be, at least I assume we want to be prepared for the influx that's coming and will increase even more as people, I think more people are leaving California than are going into it, and they're coming to places like Texas and Florida and New Mexico, Arizona, excuse me. And so, we just need to get ready. There's going to be some change coming probably within the next 5 years, and we need to be ready for it.
Thank you.
Any else? Alrighty, Ms. City Secretary / Assistant City Administrator, what do you have for us?
I have mainly a vacancy in the Parks Advisory Board. The application found on the website will be due February 12th at 5 p.m. It is a super short application. Let me actually show a little demo on the website for the public here and for whoever's on Zoom. You're on our website first thing. This is our main. When you open it, go right here on the forms. If you're on your phone, just keep scrolling. It should be in the middle of the web browser. And then right here, keep scrolling. You're going to find the volunteer interest application for city boards, commissions. Click it. You can have, so this is, you can have the PDF version. You can print it or you can fill it out. It does have the fields ready for you to just go ahead and type in. Once you're done, go ahead and save it for you. And you can come in here at City Hall, 409 Main Street. We're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5 p.m., 9 a.m., 5 p.m. So feel free to drop it off between those times. You can go ahead and also leave it on our Dropbox. We have it out there by our bulletin board, right next to our bulletin board. If you're facing the bulletin board on the right-hand side, or save your PDF, save your application, go ahead and do a file upload. I'll get it instantly into my inbox. Those are 2 ways. That's covered for the volunteer section. It is a vacancy for the Parks Advisory Board. That is my 1 vacancy I have. It's a fun advisory board. I would do it. And then May elections update. So the filing period started yesterday. Once again, let me do a quick demo on our website. Hover over government or click it. If you happen to click it by accident, it's fine. But if you hover over it, come over to elections. Let's pretend I clicked it, just in case it happens to someone. Just go to elections. Click it right there. Year 2025, 2026 elections. Right there was the notice to file an application, which you open it and it tells you pretty much the filing period. This is when we started, this is when it ends, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. That's our office hours. However, I'm aware that this day lands on a Friday. Our office will be open on that Friday for specifically the city secretary's office for receiving the applications to be to run for
Which offices?
places 1, 3, and 4. Now let's go over, this is really what you need to submit to me will be found all within your condensed packet. Your condensed packet this year is, I believe, 49 pages. Don't be scared. Please do not be scared. It is 49 pages, but not everything is a form. 3 pages, for example, is your letter from me, essentially giving you a rundown of what the packet contains. If you just want to know, where can I find more information on, for example, the text dot regulations for campaigning? You essentially read my whole letter and you'll find it political advertising. And right here, political science, text dot, section 29, jump over to section 28, 29. So this is almost like your table of contents, but in a very detailed form. That's your candidate letter. Then you have your condensed packet, and this is what it composed of. It's 7 sections, each section labeled appropriately. Mind you, my contact information is here, my email, any form of questions. This is City Hall's phone number with my extension 103. Also, I am risking myself out there and I'm putting my city cell phone. If you have any questions in regards to your candidate packet, I will answer. Mind you, even when I don't have that information available to you, I will try my best to I will absolutely be compliant with the Secretary of State regulations, and I will try my best to answer you appropriately with that information. And second point, I will provide that information in a uniform manner to anyone interested or has already reached out to me about a packet, because what I provide one person, I will provide to everyone, so there will not be any exclusion for anyone. So yeah, don't be scared. It's only 49, but not everything is a filing paper.
No, there's only a few pages, right?
Yeah.
There's just a couple of
Really.
pages that you actually
Yeah.
write on and submit.
What actually submits to me is no more than 10 pages, no more than that. Just, read through. I really recommend this letter is truly chef's kiss in my opinion. It's super heavy, however, it skips a lot of confusion. And then this is the complete packet. So this candidate letter breaks down the complete packet.
I have a
Opening it.
question because we have 3 place vacancies, so when a person gets the application, what is the process? I mean, do they say, okay, I'm applying for place 1, and then the next person? How do you distinguish between the applications and the 3 vacancies, and how does people not know
That is
who they're
something,
running against or
Mhm.
whatever?
that is something I handle internally. That is not for you to keep track of.
It's not public.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so in other words, you apply for whatever
Yeah.
place you want, and you won't know if anybody's running against you or if you're the only one until after everything closes.
And this is the main packet. We went down from 500 to 581 pages last year to 218. so. But like
And
I
we
said,
barely left out anything.
I know, I expected some clapping, that's underwhelming. And yeah, this letter breaks down this whole packet. So even if you're intimidated by 218, just read the letter. You will be okay. You will survive, I promise you. So yeah, I really hope that that this makes you excited about filing season. But really, condensed packet is your best friend. Yeah, that'd be it on my report. Just
All right.
mhm.
So Chief, you're up next. You have a number of important things.
Good evening, everyone. So the first thing, the streetlights. When the city secretary was going over this and putting it in there is a spot on the, website for complaints and so forth. In there, if you have a street light that's out, that needs work or some kind of stuff done around your street light, please go to that and put in your phone number, your address, whatever it takes.
Right here,
Yes,
right here, report report an issue,
yes.
click it, go ahead.
Yes, go through that and put all the information down so we will know what street light, what pole it is, what exact, where the location is, so we can see that. We're out patrolling a lot and we see them out, but it helps us with the citizens report these to us. So,
Yeah, there's a lot out in the downtown area, I know for sure, but they're out, yeah, so, but I know there's others that are out in the other neighborhoods too,
if
so.
you put these in, if we put them in on this, in these forums, we all get it and we can all start addressing.
Mhm.
It's hard to address them one at a time, maybe this one here.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get a whole list and just do them all at one time. Everybody go in.
But, make sure you look at the poll, get the poll number is stamped in the side of the poll with some, metal numbers and letters. So if you can get those and give us an address, that really helps us out a lot. Okay. The floodgates across the roadways, we're working on getting those, 3 floodgate gates put in. So we're doing one at the top of Skull, the other side, the little spur that comes off of it, and then one right here at Johnson Street. We get working, get those put in. They should be put in here pretty quick. He's already started working on them and mounting the poles and so forth. So whenever there's a flood event, we'll be able to go in and shut those down, pull those gates across and make sure those roadways are blocked off. And then we won't open them up. What's happened before, we put out barriers or barricades or whatever, and people would just pull those off as soon as the water went down. But there hadn't been no inspection on the bridge. There hadn't been any kind of engineer clearance or anything like that. So we'll wait till that clearance to open those up. I hate for someone to drive across there, just move the barricade and drive across there, but they see that it's, the water's not over at that moment. And then, you know, the bridge would weigh or whatnot, and they go into the water as well. So that's what we're gonna do with those, toll gates. And I think those will work, really good. And, we'll manage those.
I always have a question, but
Yes, sir.
okay, so if we are anticipating closing the 2 gates, as you mentioned, on the Skull Bridge side, what's gonna prevent somebody from the Guadalupe side coming and then going across and then coming and realizing that the gates are closed?
Can't they just turn around?
Yeah, there's plenty of room on our side to turn around. It's harder for them to turn around on that side if they do come across. We're not gonna open them up until we get clearance, and I talked to the road department and said, hey, did y'all clear those bridges? There may be debris on them. Sometimes y'all seen it whenever a tree's still laying across it, and someone just get out with it and try to go around. It's not safe. And so hopefully what we're gonna do is whenever, we get ours in, I'm hoping Guadalupe County will do the same thing and put up some, pipe gate on their side so that we can all close them and open them at the same time.
And then Johnson and Morrison Creek?
Yes, so, well, we're doing it right here at Johnson Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I saw the 2 posts today,
Yes.
I walked down them.
Yeah, so they're already putting them in, so just see, they're already starting, so we're just gonna do this side, the people that live on that side that come across, they're pretty familiar with it and so forth, that when you come across it, they would know that it's across it, it would get down, but they also have another way out. Everyone that lives on that side, have another way out to Skull.
And then the county is doing Morrison Creek. the county?
I don't know
I
that.
thought I heard something.
Yeah, I don't know that.
We're on Morrison Creek on Southeast Rim.
Oh, they already have one.
Oh, they're
There's,
already.
yeah, that's been there.
Okay,
So there's,
I guess I saw them once,
yeah, their pole fence went, their pole gates went in, I guess after that fatality, a couple of years ago, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Now.
And they manage those, we don't, do those, that's in the county, so they take care of those.
Thank you.
Let me skip over, 3, 4, C. I was gonna go to rumble strips on 1979 real quick, I'll come back to that, because I think that may be something. On the rumble strips on 1979, we talked to TxDOT.
Yeah.
We've been in lots of discussions with them about things that we can do. They're not gonna put in a stop sign, they're not gonna do any kind of lights on 1979. So it looks like the only thing that we can probably do is request of them some rumble strips coming into both the curbs. And, maybe that'll help just shake their car a little bit and wake them up and say, hey, slow down, this is the speed limit here. That's about all we can do. The other thing, if y'all really looking, traveling that way, there's a painted crosswalk there. So, and there's signage already. I'm gonna ask TxDOT to add some more signage. With the law in Texas is, if you come up to a crosswalk and there's someone standing, a pedestrian standing there, you're supposed to stop. No one does that. So what I'd like to do is probably a little more strict enforcement on that and get TxDOT to add some more signs. That's their road. Ask them to add some more signage. Hey, be prepared to stop, things of that nature. So maybe that'll slow someone down. If they see someone standing there at a crosswalk, they will come to stop. If we get some be prepared to stop signs, where the rumble strips are and so forth, it all goes into one little thing there with them on request of TxDOT. But I just want to let y'all know that that's what we're looking at. The mayor and I discussed this quite a lot about this. Now I'll go back to the crosswalks on Main Street. So we get a lot of complaints of speeders on Main Street.
Did you guys see that our poor little guy that stands in the middle of the road, he got run over twice? It's like somebody ran him down and then they reversed and went back over him. He's just a little plastic guy, but he was flat as a pancake.
You flat stand.
So, oh my gosh, I'm like, y'all, this is ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
So, what I'm proposing, and I think this may have to come to a vote at some point in time, with you guys, but what I would like to see happen is out here on, Main Street, put in 3 crosswalks. Okay, 3 painted crosswalks. And what I'm proposing is make those crosswalks somewhat elevated, like you see in a lot of different places. It's not putting in a speed bump. It's putting an elevated crosswalk. So it's
Emergency vehicles can still get over them.
yeah, everything can get over it. We're not gonna mess with the fire trucks. We're not doing anything, but we're gonna put an elevated crosswalk. And the same thing goes, stop for pedestrians, so we can put those signage, that signage up. And people know when there's someone crossing, plus it designates this little 3 foot or whatever size we wanna make it, crosswalk across the road. Here, down at the US, and sort of right here in the middle.
Yeah.
So they don't try to cross somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah,
So, and so we're managing all of that at one time. We're gonna manage foot traffic and being an elevated type crosswalk. That's sort of gonna, I think.
You will see that paint.
Make it
Yeah,
more
we'll see the
visible.
crosswalk, yeah,
On that
you'll
angle
see
paint.
them approaching it,
Yeah.
all that, that you'll see. And I think that it would, slow a little traffic down. If they gotta hit 3 of those elevated crosswalks going across without putting in speed bumps. I think that would be more beneficial and more aesthetically pleasing to our.
especially with so much increased activity that, because Duets is doing so well, that they've got tons of things that people are parking on this side and then walking over to that side. So the constant, moving back and forth, especially in the evening, would, I think, be just generally safer if we put a convenient central location for everyone to cross instead of having them just walking through it. You come through there in the evening and it is hard to see people because they're ducking out between parked cars and trying to get across the street. So maybe that would kind of bring
I
people
think it'll
together.
benefit everything down here, the library, everything, kids walking across, they're not gonna be sprinting out between a car. I think there's a lot of things that this will benefit us.
Yeah.
For. And
So I'm gonna start pricing that out.
Yes, I want to ask her if we can get bids for it. I just want to, see if we can start doing that and I can go get bids, because I don't know
Well,
if it's
maybe-
even something that the city's interested in doing.
I'd be interested, is there anyone you can reach out to, just get a ballpark, so we'll
I'll do
waste too
that.
much of your time?
No, I'll do that.
Just send everyone in council enough, you know, a ballpark idea of what that is, and then we'll prepare for the next meeting, whether we're on, you'll spend some real time on it.
Okay. And then the other thing, I'll trade you out, since you brought that up, I will send you an email with that. If you
Oh,
send me an
man, I
email-
guess
When you finish your FEMA training.
Right on.
Oh,
I started it, that's boring, Tommy, that is boring.
It's super boring, it is super boring, I won't do all that, it is horrible. But I think we need to do it with, especially along with everything that the mayor said about, going back to the CERT training and everything we're gonna do for disasters. I think it just makes everybody more knowledgeable about what we're doing and why we're doing it. There's a lot of things that happen in a disaster that, people aren't aware of. And you just go do that training and, it just makes you more knowledgeable. And plus it's a requirement for you guys.
Okay, just
You
that.
could send it on our outlook.
I did, I sent it to you a long time ago.
Okay.
You need to send it again, I will send it.
Send it
Yeah,
again.
I forwarded it, but that'll be for, yeah, I pinned it, so I know it's there.
Yeah, so, but I will send it to you again.
I printed out all the information if y'all just wanna take the test.
Good.
There you go.
Hey, stay on that.
I meant to say, what? You what?
No cheating, I didn't mean you cheat, you read everything, and then you think, that.
And there's just a lot of information on there, with some stuff goes. And we're still doing our test. As a matter of fact, I talked to LCRA yesterday. Our representative from LCRA, they were impressed that we're testing our, sirens and everything. So we're still doing them the first Thursday of every month. Holiday or not, we're still doing them.
I was
They're in the visitors.
Yo, I am so impressed with the residents because, we figured it's just gonna take doing it routinely for everyone to get the message. And every single time we've tested so far, there are a couple of people that will like call Tommy or call City Hall and ask, what's going on? What is that? And there's always people on the Facebook discussion page, even though that's not the city of Martindale, it's still, the community of Martindale. And they will ask, did anyone hear that sound? It sounded like a siren. What is that? And for the longest, it would become a debate, a question of debate.
Zombie
But
apocalypse.
then the last time we did it, somebody did the typical, what sound was that? And at least 10 people under that said, it's the monthly test of the flood siren, or they posted the little thing that the city sends out reminding people we're about to do it. So it was like, oh my gosh, people are getting it. They're figuring it out. I'm so happy. They know what the sound is. So,
Do they know the difference between a flood and a?
no, we're gonna quit that.
Yeah.
We're gonna address that at some point in time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any, it don't sound too far different, for everyone. Yeah,
KXAN did that story. I don't know if any of y'all saw it, but they did a story about our flood siren things and, being, just kind of talking about how cities are trying to get up to speed on that. And they recorded both of ours and they posted it. And that's the one thing that they did say was that they sound so similar that a lot of times, like everybody's, like that's just how the flood sirens and the whatever tornado sirens sound. So they were like, take a listen and see if you can tell them apart. But then they had like 3 experts going, don't bother because people can't tell them apart. And in an emergency, you're just like, that's the key part is that you're gonna know there's an emergency. And if it's a tornado, most people know don't run outside in a tornado. But if it's flooding out, then you would know, okay, maybe do
Well,
run out.
and this is just one tool in the tool belt.
Right.
Well, couldn't there be a tornado and a flood?
I guess.
There could be,
I guess.
Go ahead.
maybe.
Now what do you do?
you know, I mean,
You're just.
Stay in the house,
you're
get out of the
stuck.
house.
but, that's some of the things we need to discuss. You're also gonna be getting reverse 911, you're gonna be getting some other things and some stuff that we talked about. I talked to LCRA yesterday about the NOAA radios,
Mhm.
and they thought that was a great idea.
Yeah.
So I think, when people come here, y'all know how our cell service is, and it probably gets on track, so tell me if I can shut up. But,
Yeah, I tell you that.
y'all know the cell service is very sporadic here. So you don't know what some citizen coming in, has on their cell service. They may not get a reverse 911. The tower may not recognize their phone. So, but if we require them to have NOAA radios for the visitors that are coming here in the Airbnbs, I think that, that would be a safety measure that we can all, live with, you know, heaven forbid something happens, right?
Right.
And they miss it. So hopefully we won't miss it.
One observation, I've seen about 3 or 4 serious accidents at 1984 and Highway 80 where it narrows down. Now that's outside of the city limits, so how can we talk to TxDOT or what? Because I've seen bad accidents there, and there's been about 3, I may have already said this, 3 or 4 in the last month. Do you know how many have been there recently?
I don't know. We respond and help them out a lot. You'll see some of those in our report that we're helping EMS or helping DPS work those crashes. What I did is I have a little key for the box, and y'all know how traffic has been backing up. I've been going down there, occasionally and just monitoring that traffic. If it backs up past, the daycare, Hobson Ranch, and it gets sort of backed up, I'll go turn that light on green and clear out 80 and just let everybody move. And that keeps it full both ways on 80. It backs people up on 1984, and it backs people up on Northwest River Road for a time that it clears off 80. And it's been working pretty good.
Okay.
So,
Oh, you can also go online. Somebody posted the site of the address on the Facebook discussion group. You can go online to TxDOT and fill out a complaint form. So you can do that. People were doing that about the intersection where the light doesn't turn on Northwest River Road at 80. There's something wrong with that light getting tripped, so that it will turn green for the people trying to get out onto 80. And so you can call and do that. And I was talking to a TxDOT engineer the other day, and I mentioned that Tommy has been trying to experiment to figure out what's going on, that our traffic lines are so incredibly bad on 80. And they agreed that if he's able to clear it manually, it's a timing issue. So they were planning to have one of their other engineers contact Tommy about, I don't know if they have it or not, it was just last week, but contact him about coming out and doing some signal timing stuff, because they figured that must be at least part of the problem. So hopefully that will help too.
Yeah,
You'll see
that
that with the
involves like
traffic
that.
counts.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, it's crazy how bad.
And you live there, so,
Yes,
okay.
that's one of the main problems as you are approaching Martinville. In 1984 Northwest Street Road, you got 2 lanes and you go 1 lane. Okay, TxDOT has this arrow to tell you to move over it, but it's right there close to the intersection. They quick way.
Yeah, it
So
does.
they have a
It does.
sign, they have a couple of signs, and I don't know if
It's
they're
not-
big enough, right? That say that you have to merge to the left, you have to merge to the left, right turn only. There are a couple of signs, so we've been writing a lot of tickets out there for, disobeying, failure to obey traffic control devices, what the title is. So we've been writing citations out there, because you'll pull up there and they'll just take off and go straight. to the
Yes,
right.
yeah.
I've been getting hit the
Yeah,
other
so
day.
we've been out, but it's hard to set right there. There's not a good place for us to set and then try to pull someone over. So we gotta set up further, really at the store and watch it from behind and then get them when they
We need
go.
an unmarked vehicle.
We just need a vehicle that runs.
Yeah, we need that too.
No, so, but we're addressing that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right. Ms. Hartman.
Yeah, that would help. All right, so now at this point in time, we have had street signs, replacement street signs and traffic signs that have been sitting in the police department for, I don't know, a really, really long time. And they need to be installed on our streets. I personally have a lot of concern. I know Tommy shares this concern because we've discussed it, that we are in a position of, the city is in a position of liability right now, because there are like actual stop signs that have been missing for a long time. And if someone blows through where there should be a stop sign and it's documented that there's supposed to be one there, and the city has not taken care of getting it back there, I mean, that's gonna be a lawsuit waiting to happen. So we really need to get these out. We talked about the fact that our famous duo of Matt and Mike probably are not gonna be volunteering to do 66 signs and then another like 18 traffic signs. So we wanted to go ahead and have a professional installation of the signs because they'll bring out their really heavy duty. I forget the name of the machine that makes the giant hole and then pounds it in and like all of that stuff. So in order to do that, we have two bids. It took us forever between Dwayne and Tommy and I to figure out how do you find an installer? And I think the two people we finally got, we talked to Caldwell County, we talked to Ed Terrio, and we talked to a bunch of people. We talked to TxDOT even. We finally got them from Freeland and Turk Engineering. They recommended two different groups that do that. So we had asked them a while back about their estimates. They both came in real similar. The only difference, the only thing that can make those prices shift really is if we wait much longer, but also depending on the hardware that they have to order. We aren't entirely certain how many of those signs will need a replacement pole or if they can just be attached to the original pole that is not damaged. So that will be part of the process of them doing it, of them installing them. So if we could have a motion to vote and then we can do some discussion on that and then vote.
I need Mike to be visible. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There he is. So,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to vote, what?
You need to pick one to select. You have to select one. If you're gonna do the motion before discussion, you have to select one.
You haven't seen the bids.
Then you should have the discussion first before.
Okay.
okay.
Oh, yeah, we haven't seen the bids, because they weren't in the agenda packet.
I asked for the room and then.
Okay, so we don't have to vote.
We haven't seen the bids.
No, we don't have to, she said we can have the discussion first and
Okay.
before the motion. So in the discussion, you're asking about the bids and I'm thinking, that's a very good question. Where is Dwayne? Where did Dwayne go? See if he's all right over there.
Yeah, 'cause
There,
he has them.
he has them. Oh,
But
well. Well then. Let me see,
I'm gonna change them.
let me see if I can hold them up. One moment, please. Okay, so. Here is one, I'll just, oh, should I just send it to you and you can put it up here?
That took me a bit to process.
All right. Forward. Yeah. And here's that second one. Forward. All righty. There you go.
Opening up.
You're cold, very bad, it is not cold in here. Yeah, is the air blowing on you? It's blowing right here.
Want me to check? I can
Over
check.
there.
The first one I sent, it's an attachment.
Yeah, okay, the other one isn't.
No, it's in the, It's in the, whatever, in the text of the letter. All right, so here's one of them.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. for your-
Yeah.
Thank you a lot.
Congratulations, one more step done.
Let me share it.
All righty,
First one.
so here's the first one.
Mr. Bender?
Leo Saucedo.
It is,
Salcedo, really? The Salcedo record?
no, but it's a Lone Star Energy Consultants.
Lone Star Energy Consultants.
The salesperson is,
And they're out of where?
does,
Go back up to the,
Dale. Dale.
go back up to the top. Dale, Texas.
Can you make it a little bigger or am I the only one that has problems?
Can you make that be the whole screen?
We have to see Mike.
Oh,
it's a smooch.
there you go.
Thank you.
Skid steer, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Wonder what the initial mobilization fee, fee, what is it?
Oh,
Mobilization fee.
Oh, flop back.
Oh, that's the fudge.
In case they drop
That's
it.
the art thing.
Sorry, you get all their equipment.
For them to get there,
Yeah. He did some work for us in England.
Oh, he did.
What did you think?
It was a little small sidewalk project.
Mhm.
Simple.
You know, I put individual.
And so both the bids are for the exact same number of units and everything.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
thank you.
Let me, can I share the second one?
Yeah.
Now? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second one. Yeah.
He's done a couple jobs for us in Selma. There's some signs and crosswalks.
Mm.
TRB.
The right people. That's
Good.
what that stands for.
The right.
Do you have a recommendation? Because they
That was
have,
not brought on a big recommendation, I'll tell you,
There you
both of them, they've done good.
there you go. Live through it.
I will either confirm or deny.
So yeah, this one's pretty much 100% like, and then this one's more detailed.
I'm gonna stick with detail over non-detail every day.
Mm-hmm.
And, you like the more detailed bid?
I always wonder, because then there's less confusion about,
What you're
hey,
paying
you didn't
for.
do that. Well,
Mhm.
it's in the bid specifically, you know, what you're gonna do.
And the name of the first company in Dale is what again?
Lone Star.
Lone Star. Okay.
And where in our budget are we pulling this money from to do this?
It, Dwayne said that, it would come out of that capital improvement plan or account, fund, yes.
It's got a good balance.
Oh, yeah, we still have 350,000 in there from ARPA funds.
Mhm.
That's so funny.
Mhm.
Did you see some clock?
I think I like the first bid because they're local and it's a more, can we discuss it now? No.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
I like the first bid because they're local and it is more of a line item description on the bid. I mean, they're so close. It seems like if something needed to be fixed at a later point, or we needed to change something, somebody from Dale would be easier to communicate with and be closer.
All right, we're gonna make a motion?
Sure.
I will make a motion to vote on the contract to install public safety and street, I guess, signs in the same location as where they were formerly located. 2 bids, oh wait, that's it, right?
And award the contract too.
And award the contract to Lone Star?
No.
Yes.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that was.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay.
All right, bless you.
I'll second.
Good, all right then, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mikey,
Let's try it. He's on me.
whose speaker's there?
Go ahead.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Matthew and I, when we put those signs up, Mike Holmes helped us. He's got a driver. And it might be worthwhile to save some money to reach out to him because that's how we installed some of those signs.
No, we're not gonna do that, Mike. This is too many of them.
There's like 60.
Okay. That's all. That's the only comment I have.
Okay.
We're voting, Mike.
Yeah, it's a vote.
Are you in favor of awarding the contract to Lone Star?
Okay. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, then, that passes. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so we are finally, to the part that Melanie's here for. Northwest River Road updates. This section, it is Northwest River Road. However, what I, typed incorrectly was Caldwell County Road Bond Project. It's not for that. We did kick off the Caldwell County Road Bond Project, and it was great. And all the same people were there because they're the same engineers. And we had a lovely time with our commissioners and with the GLO and with Freeland and Turk. However, this particular question that they presented to us on at our last meeting is being paid for from the MIT-MOD grant, the second GLO grant that we had. So I wanted to make sure that I corrected that record. And Natalie, do I need to do anything in writing since I attributed it to the wrong source, or is it?
Are we
It's just
voting on something
discussing.
related to it?
Yes. Should we not?
Should we step?
I mean, if it. Your
Wait.
question is this appropriate? So the question then becomes whether the body thinks that it's appropriately noticed, whether or not this reasonably puts the public on notice that what topic and what discussion is occurring. So if they're fundamentally different, the naming is off, it couldn't reasonably notify, but that's up for if the body feels that it does.
Doesn't this mod grant include the bridge as well?
Yes. Oh, I'm very excited to tell you, I did finally talk to
That's
the,
all the females, yeah, great.
So something I do want to mention, she was specific about, and this is like for everyone she did mention from Claw Run to the intersection of Northwest River Road and Highway 80. So that specifically right there, that's not the road bond, as it's described. So it's, am I right? Correct?
Run to 80 is the goal.
yeah, that's that 4.2A just should have been taken out of that. And instead we should have had 4.2A was the Caldwell County bond. And then the second paragraph that starts Freeland and Turk should have said that was related to Northwest River Road also, but it is being paid for by the MIT-MOD grant.
There we go.
That's the difference,
There we
is
go.
that just that one paragraph should have had a different
Wording.
a separate
Mhm.
heading.
But the actual title is motion to approve option 1 or option 2 of the Caldwell County road bond.
Yeah,
That's,
What's the timeline on that, Jill and Brett?
we are not actually going to start working on it until after the Caldwell County bond is over. And I think that's why I got confused. We've been focused so much on the Caldwell County one that I just got it twisted in my head.
The last Northwest River Road, y'all ran out of time.
Yes,
And you've already missed 2 meetings about this, so I would emphasize, again, don't run out of time.
yeah, one thing that was really exciting news that, Melanie is planning to discuss with us this evening, was that if we end up choosing to do the overlay with curbs, they think they can do the whole section of Northwest River Road that is not going to get repaved from the first GLO grant. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's something we'd ask Tom to, yeah.
Yeah, that was why we didn't make.
Yeah, but we've got we've got that data in here is the way I read it now.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And I just thought that, I mean, whoever said whoever, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're just excited that like we can do it.
That was why we were doing the math, you know,
Yeah.
I know you guys had to go like, you know, the only, cause we're discussing, right, can I discuss? So the only 2 things that are concerned about it, and I don't know if there's leftover money, cause I can't quite tell based on what I'm seeing here, so you know better than I do. The main purpose of the original grant, when this all started was 2 areas of flooding to prevent, you know, people having access, obviously one being Plains, so you have 6 home sites there that in theory are landlocked. Okay, and then the other is the corner of the shoe tree where it turns into a floodplain because when the sewer line went in, they crushed the drainage that somehow went over this thing. So I'm harping on this, I'm pulling my Mike and Sam, I'm beating the dead horse on this one. I still would love to find a solution for us to somehow create a solution to drain those 2 areas, so we don't, because anything you do, particularly on the S curve, the water sits there, it's just gonna destroy it, and if you look at it now, it's really bad. Now, a truck went through there, and these guys have been doing work, putting the rise lines in, and now that thing it's barely 16 feet now. Okay, I mean, I measured it, I walk the dog over that every day almost, and the drop now.
I mean, that's
It's
relevant and
over.
it's important, but it really isn't germane to this particular.
Well, the reason I do this is I don't know how much are we using all the funds if we were to go from the overlay and the bridge, or do we have any money left over to do anything with drainage?
So,
That's where I'm getting to, so.
yeah, so 2 different pieces, Caldwell County bond is just milling overlay, installing curbs from 80 to Coil Run, separate project. It's gonna go much faster than anything else we're doing.
Oh, my
The
God, I
GLO
don't
project
know.
funding includes the Riverbend Bridge, which we do still need an action
don't know.
on.
Yeah.
Presented 3
We'll just wait till the
options
next meeting.
there. Recommended kind of that
2
cheapest
weeks.
one.
Mhm.
And the piece of the street that came up last time was we were.
We're not starting this
reconstructing
project until
Coil
after
Run
the
to that
Caldwell
area
County
for
bond is
previous
done. That's gonna be a year and a half.
So we also looked
So-
at some reconstruction
Okay.
to a mill and overlay.
As long as it
to
works.
I'm not asking.
Looked at it,
that.
I think at the numbers, you can do a mill and
You
overlay
won't
with
do
your
it.
curb installation from
It
Coil
works.
Run to Lockhart Street. That pretty much uses up all your funds. If we do option 1, that's just the overlay with the curbs that last 10 years and not the number 2 that lasts 20. Then
Well,
there'd be enough money left.
The
over
number
to
2 doesn't go as far.
Right.
The number 2 doesn't go as far.
Yeah, and also that includes the whole, we terminated the project that included all of the drainage improvements. So this GLO one is roadway improvements.
Okay.
So you really know where they need to fix a little bit of how the street drains, but you're not fixing any of your drainage structure.
So we have to find another solution to get the water away from.
Yes, that's a whole different project.
Well, I almost feel that because the B part of this discussion action does not even mention the word bridge, that it might be a complication as our
Well-
attorney mentioned.
None of the option has to do with the bridge. The project does,
We
but
can
we're
have
not
an
voting.
executive session. If you're not gonna vote tonight, then you can proceed forward. But if there's going to be a vote, we need to have an executive session prior to the vote.
I don't think we need to vote. We can just hold off and do this at the next meeting.
That is up to y'all.
But can we
That's
talk
fair.
about the different options of the bridge at that next meeting, and you could include the word bridge? Because we saw several designs of the bridge, and I think that's something that is a
Yeah.
major component.
It is a major component, Sam, but it's not part of the motion. The one thing that they wanted us to decide, it's not a part of that. It's a big part of the project, and of course, we'll have continuing conversations about it, but it's not part of the question that Melanie came to get an answer for.
Yes and no, because we did present three options, so we
Mhm.
made a recommendation, but ideally with talks before, we would like council to make a motion and approve one of those options, whether that's a recommendation or not, for the bridge, as well as our options for the streets.
Okay,
Well, it sounded like you said that it has to be written in a way that notifies the public, and that the way it's written, it doesn't.
If it's a misappropriate, an inappropriate titling for the project,
So does that mean if we were to do anything, if we were to make a decision, could that decision somehow be overturned or?
So,
so that would be the point of the executive session,
Okay.
to have that, to pull those threads if you'd like to have it. We can also have Melody in as an engineer on it. Just give you any specific information related, but yeah, I would advise
When's our
an
next
executive
scheduled
session.
meeting, Mayor?
what?
When's our next scheduled meeting?
The
The-
first week of
February 5th.
February.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I was making sure we weren't gonna have a special.
We were briefly intending to do one on the 21st, but because our schedule changes have screwed up the library's ability to have their meetings. They asked about trying to compromise by having their meeting on the 21st. And so we said, yes, that's fine. Go ahead, have your meeting on the 21st, and we will just wait and meet on our next regularly scheduled.
Okay, so next week's canceled.
I mean, I hate for you to have to come back again on the first week of February, I mean, but it seems like we should discuss the overlay and the bridge as well, because the bridge is, how much of that $2 million mod grant is a part of the bridge, just roughly?
755,000? Yeah.
So
55 to 933 option. Yeah.
so it's almost half of it, it could be half of it. Okay, does anyone else feel that
Did
we
we-
should discuss the bridge later?
On your third option that included the bridge, just for my own personal understanding, I was very chaotic, the slides were. Did the portion of the presentation that pertained to the bridge, my understanding was that the bridge didn't really change a lot. It was more, the two biggest questions were what kind of restructure the street or do the overlay and curbs. But that either way, the bridge would kind of be done.
Yeah, the bridge is getting done either way with the project, unless that'll be a whole different discussion to take that out. It was just three different kind of types of bridge. All conveys the same amount of water, but different types of bridge.
Okay,
That was kind of more minor options there. The street, we
Got it.
really came up with different options. with
Right.
Full reconstruction.
Right.
versus-
okay, that makes sense. Gotcha, clarified, thank you.
But the three designs, different designs of the bridge are like completely different. One has culvert, one is like a big arch and the water all goes through there.
Yeah,
That's the
we
way it's in
have,
the package.
we
They're
do.
different- They're different sizes, different styles, still convey similar amounts of water.
mhm.
Hey, quick question. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I remember those three designs and I think we discussed it on the bridge. And just looking at him, that those box culverts look like it would have better water flow, that the water would not, would not back up as much. And also if you had brush and debris, it would seem like it would flow better through those box culverts.
But that actually has more opportunity.
Yeah, I almost think the 2 second options where it's like the arch one with a single opening, that's a
Yeah.
large single opening. So I think you have less potential to get your trees and debris.
Oh, it kind of looked like the box colors had more flow, but I'm not an engineer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's not specific, I mean, they're general pictures.
The problem is, Mike, what she's talking about is because there's vertical, pieces in there,
Yeah, it hang up.
they hang up, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Suggesting the bigger opening is better. I agree.
Me personally, they all look good, but I think we should go with the ones that has the best flow that potentially can't fill up for debris. That's my 2 cents worth.
Yes.
I agree with that.
We'd all leaned it towards option C.
Okay, that's all.
More cost savings, one single opening.
Yes.
We'll see the value in spending another almost $200,000, right, something of that ilk.
So the curved one's the cheapest one?
This is the cheapest one, these are actually more. This option A is $933. These options looking something like this is $750.
Well, I definitely wouldn't want the fourth one with those little circular culverts there, because that would back up debris definitely. Okay.
So that's the only issue for.
Yeah, the one that has the largest opening and prevent brush from plugging that up. So there you go.
And the bridge is not on the agenda. Overlay is. That's the way y'all voting on.
That's what we were talking about,
That's what we're talking about.
but if we can't vote on it because it doesn't mention the bridge.
No, we can't vote on it because it mentions the wrong source of
Right,
funding.
but in other words, the way it's written on the agenda, if we were to vote on it, it doesn't notify the public of what we are voting.
So can we just table this, or we have to make a motion to table it? Is that correct, sir?
Postpone it
Or
or,
postpone it? What was the wording we had?
Table, you table it.
I thought if you tabled
No,
something,
you
you had
can't
to vote
table.
on it.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
By the table.
you can postpone it if you
Postpone
like,
it.
yeah.
So I'll make a motion to postpone this to our next regularly scheduled meeting on February the 5th.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, it passes. We will do that. We are tabled.
Yeah, I'll be back in February.
Oh,
Thank you. All right, so the next one is the hot tax, and I can't believe Maury is not here because he had wanted it to be on here. But we can go ahead with it. Anyhow, so we need to talk about the use of the hot tax and the recommendation that after looking at $1 billion that we've talked about in the last couple of years, is to hire a tourism marketing firm through an RFQ process to be reviewed and voted on by council at a future meeting. Because the legal requirement for cities that choose to do the collection of hot taxes is that the money has to be used to put heads in beds. And Maury had asked for this to be put on the agenda again, because he said that he does not feel it's a good idea to go back to trying to implement our registration process and charge people money for their permits and things until we start doing something with the money that we've already collected, because for the last several years, people have paid the taxes and then the money is just sitting in the bank. And we've spent very little of it. And what we have spent, we've gotten very weak results of people actually renting Airbnbs during the River Appreciation Weekend or OYOU. Although OYOU at least has data, they asked every single attendee where you stayed and everyone wrote them down. So they can say what people stayed at Airbnbs. But Maury's point is that part of the reason why he feels that our residents are very angry about that tax for the, about the permitting for the Airbnbs, the short-term rentals, is that as far as their experience has been, those who are paying have been paying and paying and are not seeing any return on the money that is being taken. So, I believe Maury's words to me were, put it as a motion, they can either vote it up or down. But that his preference was that if we're not going to do something with the money, then we need to, stop collecting the tax. So, I don't know about all that, because then he's not even here tonight when we're talking about it.
Postpone it till he's here?
I don't care. We can vote. I mean, y'all are perfectly still able to vote on that motion of what to do with
I
it.
don't have a problem with doing that, if you don't mind, Mayor.
No, go ahead.
I don't have a problem with this, talking about this, but we also talked about putting signage up.
Oh, okay. I can tell you about that. Yep.
Oh,
And by the way, my point to Maury was that supporting things like the OYOU and what's the other one? River Appreciation, both of those are growing. And I feel like even if they don't make tremendous bank right now, as we grow and expand them, they have the potential to still be an important source of overnight guests for some of our short-term rentals. And also, and that's allowable, they're also under the culture and arts category, which is allowable. But I don't think we should put all of it I am thrilled to put a chunk of it into this idea of a tourism marketing firm, because we just don't have any more time or expertise to be doing all of the pushing out the messages and getting everything out for any.
The city staff, no, it can't be.
We can't.
Yeah, no,
But-
of course.
So I don't think we should put all of it into that, but I don't mind putting a chunk of it in. But I do think we need to have signs, and we should use that money for the signs. And I also think we should be helping some of our local festivals that are growing, and expanding, because they contribute a lot to us, to our culture and our arts. The sign thing, we were planning to do the city pride signs, and that's the information that was given to me by Diana Schultz at TxDOT. She's our engineer, and she sent me all the information. I had told her we wanted to do historic district that way kind of signs and where. She was all over it. She thought it would be fine. Then I filled out the applications, sent them all in, and then the people that do the signs for TxDOT called me and said, no, you don't qualify. It would have to be, they don't do signs from the city about a district of a city. They would do duets that way, but Duets has to pay them. Duets has to request the signs, and it would be a privately owned thing. They don't do public owned things. They might do like a winery or a restaurant or a whatever, but they said
What about
our
those signs
purpose
that
doesn't
have,
count.
like they're blue and then they have like the little,
Yeah, that's what they're talking
is that
about.
That's what we're talking about. Mhm.
But they're saying each person's little logo has to be paid for by that business?
Yeah, that they're all just private things, they're not.
But, we are talking about doing a sign, almost like, what they're doing.
Martindale
Like,
thing.
that this is Martindale, and I showed you some quotes on that.
Yeah,
So,
what I would like, I don't think we can do, the electric signs because it is in the scenic corridor, but I guess we could talk about it more. But what I do think we could do is, a couple of the signs, like the signs that have, like the city of Martindale. And then under it, they have a little thing, a little wooden, thing that says like community library that way, Duets that way, Red Barn that way, whatever. I'm just making things up right now. But we could do that and just have it not be through the city pride sign idea. And I am thrilled to go out and collect more quotes on things like that and show you different examples of what all they would look like. But I did want to make sure that you understood that, like, we can't do the city pride ones because that's the specific thing we had talked about. So, just so you know that, and that I don't think it has to be an all or nothing. I think we can do the signs and do a portion of it for marketing. Or, you know what I mean, like a combination. It doesn't have to be just one.
Okay, so who would be responsible for getting these quotes then?
I can do that.
Okay, I'm just curious, give that sort of money. I don't have a problem with, if you're interested in providing a quote to the council, I mean, that's.
Okay,
Obviously use Maurice,
yeah,
but I'll make a motion to allow you to, do an RFQ for
okay,
marketing, a marketing.
Yeah,
firm. Is that-
yeah.
Yeah, tourism marketing firm for the hotel.
yeah. And then, tell me just procedurally, I don't know, Natalie, if you know, or if any of these people know from being on council longer. When we do something like that, do you review it in a meeting? Or do you hold a separate meeting, or do you just bring like the top three, or like, what do you do? How does that decision-making process, if you do an RFQ?
It can be done a couple ways, right? It
Yeah.
can be done in a workshop, where there's a follow-up, when you get a scope of. You realize the scope of work could be this big or this big and this big, so you need to make a presentation, because that's why I was asking who's doing the RFPs, RFQs. So whoever's doing that's gonna know, and you could say, well, we could do a website and roughly, these are the three vendors, it's gonna be roughly this much. If we want to do social marketing as an example, this is the recurring, fees that are gonna be affiliated with that, so it's really gonna depend on what you learn in your process of looking for this.
Of what the typical packages or
I mean,
whatever
I
are?
mean, I know Marty's already done it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
have a resource, I think.
Yeah, he
You
sent
know,
me that
So
information.
you have one marketing firm, he kind of zeroed in on one, but, and for whatever reason, that was his choice.
There are also though, there are a few different ones that are also identified by the governor's office under tourism. So, I can maybe, send the same application or request for submissions to, several of those companies as well as to the one that Maury had looked at.
Is Mike trying to say something? I guess not.
Oh.
I thought I heard something.
Yeah, I think I remember from before that there was talk of a website, of branding, of logos, of those types of things. And I think the quote was something like maybe 30,000, 34,000. And I think we may have been turned off of that because of the high price of that. And I think Mike and I may have discussed that as well, but I think with the motion that Matthew made, that do your research and either present it to us in a council meeting or a workshop. Whatever you think.
So do
would
we have a
be-
second?
I can second it.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, no, good. I was still discussing
So we're ready to vote?
All right, I guess so. So anyone in favor?
I,
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? No, okay, good, and done. Please let us be done. Okay, so, oh, yes, this is really important.
4.4,
Yeah, and do you have that? Can you pull that up?
the report.
Yeah, the way that, this one came through, is that Pete reported the estimate to us in an email. He said, here's what the repair on the thing is. And then he attached the analysis or I guess the inspection, whatever you call it, that the guy did on our pump. And then it explains every single detail of what needs to be done. This is it. But it doesn't say that dollar amount on it.
No,
So, that's why we were confused what to put in the packet. So we just decided to show it to you here and, I don't. If
thought
you,
we have an extra new pump.
this is one that goes at the Crockett lift station that there is currently not a backup for. And he said, once they get this one repaired and installed, they can install
A backup?
the other one that we already have
Okay.
that has not been installed yet.
I'm pulling up what Pete said, his
Okay.
recommendation. So
Yeah,
just-
that's it
Bear with me.
verbatim. Pump report from Xylem looks
yeah, just bear
like
with me.
normal wear and tear on it. The seals were bad and the bearings, oil was starting to bypass into the pump, which could have caused more damage to the pump or even ruin it. We caught it just in time. The price is included in this packet to rebuild it. It was not included in the packet as we received it. It is a little over $4,000, but a new pump would cost 16,000. We need council's approval so it can get fixed and put back in at the lift station.
So we need to make a motion to approve up to 5,000 in case it goes over,
No, good one.
right?
Yeah, yeah, that's smart.
Well, and then how much? would
Well,
it
it just
cost to
is a
install the
little
backup
over.
one? I mean, no, and that's not what we're talking about. Like I said, doesn't matter.
No, right now we're talking about spending more than $3,000, so council
Yeah,
required,
yeah,
you know, it's in, you know, it should be in our budget already for the utility because we do this every year, so. I
Yeah.
make a motion that we approve, the rebuild of the Crockett Station lift pump. For a bid not to exceed $5,000. Does
I'll second that.
that work?
Yep.
So this is to install the pump that we had in the
no,
back here.
this is to repair
To
a
rebuild,
pump.
to rebuild.
They're gonna rebuild the one that's existing and so that they can then install a backup, because right now, I guess, doesn't do any good to install backup because the one that they're backing up doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was well said. That was well
We've
said.
already approved the other, the other was done before.
Yeah.
We've approved that work, it just hasn't gotten,
Right,
it hasn't
right.
gotten to
It
it.
got-
I
it got
remember
postponed.
this
Mhm.
convoluted story a long time ago.
mhm,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, then, any more discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent, done.
So smooth.
All right, then, the next one is, oh, yes, we really clearly need, a policy for ordinance review procedures. I gave you just a draft one in your packet, but it doesn't have to be that one exactly. It could be whatever you want it to be. But we need some sort of policy because right now, several of our ordinances have never been revised since they were passed in the 80s. And laws change, the legislature is constantly evolving these things, and some of ours were, like Jared would point out from time to time, some of ours were not well written when they were written.
Yeah, we've
So-
talked about this for a long time.
Yeah, we need to get, a system up and running where we don't try to do them all at once, but that we're, like, every year, we're doing X number of ordinance reviews and refining them legally, making sure with legal that they still, you know, that they hold water. And that if we have left stuff off, it needs to get put in. If we have stuff in that's not enforceable, we need to take it out. And that's just something that we should be doing on a routine basis. But like I said, all I did was try to give you an example of what it might look like. And then whatever y'all want to do for that, it doesn't have to be what was in the packet.
Mike, you need to be on the camera.
I appreciate what you've done on this and I understand why you're doing it because you obviously have more skill than what we've had before, so. I'd like some more time to review this.
Sure.
You know, but
That's fine.
I like the thought process.
Yep, we can just, we can postpone it.
Postpone it if you don't mind. just
No, that's fine.
leave this-
That is
And I can
totally
ask
fine.
more questions to Greg and, you know, but, get a timeline, right? I
Right.
see you're trying to do it every so many years, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot,
started from
there's a
the
lot to
80s.
do.
Yeah.
Starting from the 80s, that might take a while.
Yeah,
So would this be something to review these ordinances? Would it be done internally by our own staff? Or you had mentioned you were gonna have the attorneys look over?
If you look at the example ones, it can have a variety of people, maybe like a subcommittee that council would determine, so that it might be like a couple of council members and a staff member. Probably the city secretary would be the most likely person. But it would also need to go through the attorneys. Every single ordinance we pass has to go through attorneys, you know, to make sure that it's legal. But yeah, it would be kind of a team effort.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did this with when I was on the river committee.
Mhm.
Did the flood, that's how we got the pervious cover, and that's how we got the freeboard. Of course,
Yeah.
Did it in the county already beat us to it, but that's a whole nother issue.
Right,
But
right,
That's the process we went through, and it took forever because it wasn't a scheduled thing.
right.
Trying to get Jared tied down to have the meeting was,
A
didn't
lot.
happen,
Mhm.
you know, and eventually, we just took sections.
Yeah,
So, I can tell you the thing, but I saw the notebook, it's like Charlie Oles started it, and it's 200 pages of rewritten stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we never got to finish it all, we just went after the highlights. You know, so. Okay, I make a motion, we postpone this to the next meeting.
I'll
Yep.
second that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Thank you for your input. And,
Did we
oh,
vote?
oh, yes. No, we did not vote. I meant, oh, yes, we need to vote.
I second that motion.
So it is seconded, and all in favor of putting it off till the next meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, now we voted. That's better.
It's just getting late, we're all.
Whew, that feels much better.
Take me home.
All right, so, the next one is, oh yes, municipal court. So right now, the way our ordinance is written is that, item E7 on the municipal court ordinance says that the judge is responsible for all of the court staff. And that makes perfect sense, except that our judge right now, like it was another one that was written in the 80s. I don't know what the configuration of our court was then, but right now our judge comes here once a month. That's it. So for him to have daily supervision over the court clerks has proven it is not an effective solution. He has asked us to make this change. He said that he is not here near enough. And in fact, he works in one or two other city courts. And he doesn't feel comfortable being responsible for the actions of the court clerk when he's not even here. So he asked us to move that item, just that one line, and place it under the municipal administrator line. Because the municipal administrator, B1E7, can you pull that up? Oh, sorry. The B1E7 is that the municipal administrator will coordinate closely all of the activities or something to that effect of the police, the municipal court, the whoever and the whoever. So it fits there without having to make any other adjustments to have it be that as part of that role, they will also, okay, go down then. Oh,
So
gone.
looking at strike E7.
Right, E7 on 3107.
No. 3109.
3109. What Matt said. There,
You got E7, 3109.
right?
Remove the municipal court.
There you go.
E7,
And then go to 3110.
right, so this one, let's read it.
Supervise the operations, clerical functions, administration of the municipal court and all clerical personnel in the administrative department of the municipal court.
Right,
So just take that sentence out and put it under B1E7.
So we make it a new number?
no, it's,
Yes.
yes, but under municipal
Yeah,
administrator.
well, yeah,
E8, is that how it would logistically?
go down and
There.
read that one.
Right
So,
there.
yeah, it would be 8.
Following, okay, I got it, so following, right, so this would be.
Yeah,
E8.
manage, will implement, coordinate, administer and manage all of the following. And it will be an 8 area that he oversees, that the administrator oversees. Just like he does the municipal utility clerks, he would also do the municipal court clerk.
And the judge is okay with it.
Yeah, the judge requested it.
He recommends that.
Mhm.
Talk to me.
He does not want to have that kind of responsibility because he's not here except once a month.
No, I just don't understand why now suddenly he doesn't want that responsibility when he agreed to that when he came on as our judge. So, I mean, it seems like
He didn't know, actually, until I was already the mayor. I sent him a letter in July. And I sent him the verbiage, because he was telling me I was responsible since we didn't have an administrator. So I sent him the verbiage out of the ordinance for the court. And I highlighted that, no, it says right here that you are the one who's supposed to be overseeing the court clerks. And he said, I had no idea that it said that, and I have not provided that service, and I'm not comfortable providing that service, given that I'm only there one day a month. I don't know how I would know when she's coming or going, or whether she's doing her job well. So since you guys are there, you're the ones that can see when she's on duty, when she's not on duty. You guys can see if she is working or not working or whatever. Someone there has to have responsibility for this employee. So that was his perspective. And he was doggone serious about it the last time we talked, which was just a couple weeks ago.
Well, I thought he was gonna do like a report, like how, you know how we complain so much about how the judge we had before was never at the meetings and we need somebody to do a report. I thought he was gonna be doing that. So, I mean, I'm not saying
Well, that's
that,
another issue altogether, isn't it?
Right. That doesn't have anything to do with me
It's a
supervising the
valid
staff.
issue, but.
Yeah, it is. It is.
no, but I'm,
You can put that on when we say in a few minutes. Are there other future agenda items? You could ask for a
I'll second
review.
that one right now. Thank you.
I don't know, I just feel like this is something that needs to be discussed more, because I don't really understand exactly what it would entail. I mean, it does make sense that if he's not here, except for once a month, that it would be difficult for him to supervise the court clerks. But does the city administrator normally supervise the court clerks?
Yes, previous two cities I was at, the city administrator, city manager did supervise them, the judge didn't. Oh, when I came here and I saw it, well, that's interesting.
Well, don't forget, this goes back to when we were, a speed trap. And we had a huge, police force and we had a very large, court system, so I think that's partly why. The previous judge pretty much ran his own shop and he says he was on the phone with her, but basically she was had a total autonomy, with the court and, you know, kind of ran it by itself, you know.
Yes, ma'am?
The current court clerk collects fines, right? Yeah, is there oversight about the money going in, where it goes and all that?
The money is given to Dwayne, and so in terms of, when Dwayne does his monthly report, it includes the fees that have been brought in from the court for that month. But for example, let's just throw one out there. If what is being collected is far less than what is suspected to be owed, we would not know that. We only know what amount is coming in. We don't know out of what. So, that's something that somebody who's here could figure out easier than someone who's here once a month.
I don't have a problem with doing this, and I get it, and I was always confused by that, to be honest with you, at the beginning.
If he was here all the time, I think it would be very different. You know, I think that
but
the
I
only
have a
problem is.
I have a
just
quick
when-
point.
No, go ahead, what?
Could he do with that, have a annual or a bi-month or 2 times a year, do a performance review of their work?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could do that, you know, delegate it to the city managers, but then he's involved with
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
he's involved with, performance reviews or
Can
whatever.
you scoot that up a little bit? Because I think it says no, down, that way. All right, stop. Working closely with the municipal attorney, the clerk, the blah, 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 the judge. So, yeah, I think that would allow for them to do shared responsibility of like evaluating.
Administer and
So-
coordinate.
So I got a question on that one, so the reporting that you're alluding to, that I've forgotten, we haven't had a report from the court forever. We used to get monthly reports, obviously, from the court, what was the, you know, just the ballpark idea, where we were. Is that gonna then fall on you, right, to be responsible for that, because the employee has been technically the one doing
I'll
it?
get with Dwayne and he and I will discuss that. I really don't know what he's doing as it relates to courts.
Oh, he doesn't do he doesn't do what they're talking about.
Okay.
They're talking about like the number of
Tickets and then.
tickets that were done and like that kind of thing, not money. I think that's,
Candace can tell us.
well, she can, but I think that's still the judge's purview. You don't have the professional knowledge,
Yeah,
to
but
be.
You know on the code how to get it, but
I'm talking about is that someone has to be presenting that data, and obviously we're not gonna bring the staff member in, that would then
Right.
fall on you is what I'm.
Because
saying.
Tommy does that for the police. he comes in and he gives the police report of how many tickets and what are they for and what have they been doing with their time.
So even
And
if-
he
yeah,
comes
even if-
in and does the wastewater. And so then, like, I guess what he's asking is, we are expecting the judge will come in and give a court report that discusses all of the court things, like how many, whatever, court cases have they had and who's going to trial and whatever. So, not names, just ideas. So,
But.
Who
but
does
the
that?
But if the current, excuse me, but if the current judge that we're having, and we're getting paid 1 day a week and he holds court, then he would have to.
1 day a
come-
month.
He, once a month, he would have to come to a city council meeting to give that report, and it seems like he's unwilling or not wanting to spend any more time in the involvement of the court judge duties, because he would have to come,
Why do you say that?
because he didn't oversee the clerk, or nor does he want to. I mean, we would have to almost,
That's very different than saying he doesn't want to be involved in anything to do with the
I
court.
just would feel more comfortable hearing that from him. I mean, I would like to hear what his expectation is, like what is the purpose? Why is he not thinking that it's a good idea? I mean, I understand the basic principle, but it just sounds like we're changing a structure when we don't really even know.
Well, but Greg
Right.
just said that normally, in his experience, it has been supervised by.
Well, okay, but I feel like it's something that needs to be discussed more. I don't know.
Yeah, I tell you what, I agree. Perhaps he could do a Zoom. He could come in the
Well, he'll
council.
come
and just-
into the meeting if you want to see him.
Yeah,
mean,
just come,
Well,
well,
we hired him, he said he was gonna be coming every couple months.
Yeah.
He said
Could he-
he would
could he
every
do-
month because it's not necessary, but we haven't seen him in 6 months.
yeah,
Right,
could he do a Zoom meeting with us? Could he get on
He can
Zoom
come
for
in in
his chair?
person. He'll come in person. He doesn't have a problem with that.
Well, I mean, could he just come in on,
He just doesn't think he should supervise.
I make a motion to postpone this one, you coordinate, and then the two of you, the three of you, I guess, will get together. Who's gonna respond for the reporting, because I think that's what you're getting from us, is we wanna go back to getting some type of reporting, even if it's not monthly, but at least every couple months about what was going on. 'Cause
But
we-
that's not the question. Yes, I agree.
And then,
I agree
and
with
then,
the,
and then Terry will
but
get
that's
her
not the
answer.
question.
But then Terry will get her answer directly from the judge, that he's comfortable with this change, and there's no, there's no misunderstanding, there's no, there's not some Soviet contact of the reason why you're doing, so.
Would you like to see the letter that I sent him when he wrote back and said, I did not realize that was part of my duties and I'm not comfortable with it.
I just think it needs to be discussed more. I don't think you have to show me what he said. I believe you when you say it. I just would like to discuss it more. I feel like the whole entire position needs to be discussed, because we're basically saying he's not coming when he's supposed to. He doesn't know. He didn't know that he was supposed to be supervising, and how long has he been working here? So it concerns me that if he doesn't know what he was supposed to be doing, maybe that's why he wasn't doing it or willing to do it. So why didn't he know that? That's the part I'm confused about. So I just feel like it's something that I would like for him to be present so we can discuss that. I don't think that's out of the ordinary. Do you guys?
I agree with you,
Well, I mean,
Terry.
he's already told us though that he does not want to supervise the clerk, and that he feels like what he's getting paid for.
He didn't mention his pay. What are you talking
I
about?
mean, I thought that the time that he thought that he would spend here was 1 day a month in court,
Yeah,
and that was it. And so he didn't want to spend any more time supervising. the clerk.
say it like that. That's,
We hired him. And then when you sent the letter to him and he responded, when was that?
July,
Okay, and now we're just talking about it?
about making the formal change.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, I'll second Matt's motion.
All right,
To postpone
Yep. And then ask the judge to come and we'll iron this out.
it? Okay.
So in the terms and the wording of our employee, what we're looking at, so there's no confusion between a municipal administrator or a city administrator. We're saying those titles apply to the same person. a municipal administrator or a city administrator or the same people. That's all I'm at.
Yes,
Okay,
they're the same.
okay, thank
You're
you.
one and the same.
One and the same. Okay, good.
Maybe it would also be helpful if, the council looked at, I don't know, did y'all ever see his contract?
I don't even
The
remember.
one that he signed?
No.
No, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, so maybe that would help too, because whatever he is doing may align better to the contract. And we're sitting here talking about things that we thought, but like, we probably ought to look at his contract and see what did we actually get into a legal agreement with him to do?
And then we'll know the terms of the length of term of the contract too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've got a motion in the second to postpone.
Aye.
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 I,
Almost, guys. Almost.
anyone else?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to push it through.
We said
Uh,
aye.
Okay, so,
Mhm.
the Planning and Zoning Committee, I think, as far as I'm aware, we may be postponing that because we found a different way around the
Mhm.
problem we needed
Yeah.
to meet on. So I think we're probably able to not need to meet for that right now. Then the last thing is we need a, text pool resolution amending, authorized representatives, which is that same thing that we always have to sign when we have a new person come on. Last one we did was for Maury. This time we have to do one for Greg to allow, check signing responsibilities. So, that was included in the packet also. It's just the standard boilerplate that we always have for that resolution that is created by tax pool,
Yeah,
by tax pool. But could we have a recommendation for that?
That was in the packet?
Yeah, wasn't it?
no,
Oh, I
because,
didn't see it.
Dwayne didn't get us the resolution, so,
Do we have a resolution or are we gonna?
so. So text pool sent it to us. It's the same signatories that we currently have. We're just adding Maury on it. That's what the
No,
resolution.
right.
I'm sorry.
It's late, it's okay.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, so it's the same resolution we currently have. It's just adding one more, like, which is,
We didn't take anyone off.
yeah, we're not taking anyone off. Yeah, whoever's in that resolution right now, it stays like that. We're just adding Greg to it.
Mhm.
Are we allowed to do that?
You can add him as a signatory and then whatever paperwork that needs to be accomplished can be accomplished
Alright.
through the city. And if it's the same resolution that has the same information that you've seen before,
Yeah.
if they need the actual resolution, the dates can just be added to that.
So I make a motion to approve the check pool resolution, amending authorized representatives to include our, city administrator, Greg.
Hudson.
Yeah, that's
Hudson.
HUT, that's what-
What?
I was gonna say it right. Greg Hudson.
All right then.
Very good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fantastic, we got it. So future agenda items, just FYI, Sam has been looking into an easement into the phase 2 open space from 1979. Because that lot was sold that contains just that little triangle where we were planning to have our entrance into the parking lot on phase 2 part. So we would need to talk to them about either just purchasing that little tiny piece of property where we drive in, or doing an easement across it so that we can continue our plans to, for the park master plan. Also, we still need to go over the personnel policy guidelines, and next meeting, the Bureau of Veritas is doing a presentation on the range of services that they offer, many of which are already included in our contract, but we were not, taking advantage of, and then some that could be included, but we would pay additional for them, like, for example, the, fire inspections for the, for the short-term rentals, that were required in our ordinance. Because the city fire people, well, they're not part of the city, but you know what I'm talking about, the volunteers and the D, they are not allowed to do those. They don't do that kind of fire inspection, so we would have to go through someone else to do it. And the county doesn't do it either. And then also Lori had arranged with Dwayne to have the municipal insurance policy person come and explain what our municipal insurance policy looks like, because I don't think I've ever heard about it. And it's the insurance policy that does things like, provides protection for us as a council regarding the decisions that we make, or if anyone gets accused of whatever. He wanted us to just be able to hear, this is what the city coverage affords you as a council member, and here are the things that it does not include. So he asked him to come to the next meeting, and the guy said he would love to come to the next meeting. And I guess now we will also have a special cameo appearance by the judge, and our good friend Maureen will be back for Turk and Freeland.
I have one future agenda item. We really haven't discussed anything about the park mobile money. And I know it goes into the maintenance of the park, and that roughly about $22,000 a year goes to the mowing and the garbage. I would like to present a proposal to buy fall protection fiber for our playgrounds and swing sets, and also to possibly get some gravel for the ravine going down to the river from Allen Bates on the flat part. So I would like to possibly present a couple of ways to moderately spend some of our park mobile money while it's not blazing hot out there to get some of this work.
All right.
Did we ever get the signs for the parks put up? We did, right?
Most of them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then,
I still
yeah,
got two, I still got two, but.
we still need to talk about Nancy Martindale and the sign, and your QR code on the telephone poles in the park and all that. You might be able to.
We're still pushing options for the
For
that United Baptist, right?
Next time.
So if you tell me what the size is, I'll get you a vote for it, all right?
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
yes, ma'am.
I just had a question, if, a report on the city financial information, is that online?
No, but that is usually the second meeting of every month, and we looked at this meeting and just went, we have so much business that will take forever. So we're gonna throw it off by a week and have them do it next time.
I just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotcha, thank you.
Oh, wait a minute, got any motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 9:23 PM.
I'll second.
Amen.
I